Welcome to another episode of Access Point Podcast with your boy Joppy.
Cowboy Chuck. I was happy.
People, talk to me. Talk to me nice. Tell me how's your week been? How is your weekend going? And are y'all ready for back to school? Talk to me. And what are y'all cooking on this good Sunday? We got some crazy stuff going on for y'all today. Oh, show.
Now, y'all see, we got a green spoon up still under construction. We're setting it up.
You're not supposed to tell them. They're supposed to guess. This guy.
You think I should crazy, man. Now, look.
Oh.
But right now, we got this video. Looking at it. Pretty ironic, pretty crazy. This guy
Undercover cop.
was pretty much, going undercover, trying to infiltrate. And some of the things that he learned in some situation he's going to describe is all fucking.
Mm-hmm.
So with no further ado, bring it to you out.
Bring it to the state.
Oh, they're in charge of that. It's called El Guisa. It's soup. They're making it in the soup. What happens is they get back and there's like $100,000 missing out of the car. So they kidnap the kids. The cartel members was an old guy. He had a lion he fed people to. He had a midget who was apparently blessed in the nether regions, and he used that guy to as part of torture. That common? When they get the guy back, he comes across the bridge bawling, and they called me, and they're like, dude, the midget's real. I'm like, what? When I was down there, I was working a lot of cartel stuff, obviously. When I got there, as a case agent working drugs. And then this new thing started coming up, and it's called special interest alien smuggling. So we're kind of working alien smuggling organizations, but what we're looking for is anybody being smuggled into the United States from a threat country. So China, Russia, things like that. And that's what you're looking for. So it's the same cartel. When I was down there, Oziel Cardenas was the head of the Gulf cartel. And as violent as it was, at least there was some kind of SOP. There's some kind of standard order procedures, right? Like if they kidnap somebody and we get hold of it, as the FBI gets a hold of it, now I'm over here and I'm calling, you call into my squad and maybe I get the call. And it's like, hey, my son's been kidnapped, the cartel's got him, and they tell him they're going to kill him if we don't give him money. And what I would do is I would come back on those cases and I'd say, look, I need you to be honest with me because I'm not doing a drug investigation. I'm working an investigation trying to get your son back who's been kidnapped and you're being extorted, right? Mm-hmm. But I need to know the truth. Is there dope involved? And the lies start. I'm like, listen,
Everyone keeps asking me how I do my podcast alone. The answer, Riverside. I get high quality podcast recordings right.
If you lie, I'm gonna hang up the phone. Be truthful. I'm telling you. I know you may not trust me, but this is what we're trying to figure out. And then it would come out that sometimes dope's missing.
Yeah,
one of the last big ones I worked there is my case. I say kids. They're like 19, 20, 21. They were in way over there. What they were doing was muling. But they would be told by the cartel, drive this car. And it would drive from McAllen to Dallas. Well, they're being followed by the cartel. When it gets to Dallas, they stop at a mall. So the kids go in the mall and they stay there. Cartel member gets in that car. They go to the chop shop where they're going. They open up the trap. They take the dope out, put the money in. They go get the kids. Kids drove dope up. They don't know what's in the car. Driving, you're in a dope gang, sure, but drive back, don't know how much money. So what happens is they get back and there's like $100,000 missing out of the car of the trap. So they kidnap the kids. And that's when we get involved. And the way it would work is, like I said, I'm with the family, tell me the truth. We're going over there because we used to operate we knew that we really only had the battery life of the phone of the victim because the cartel wasn't big on recharging the phone, and they're using that phone to call and make the demands, right? So we're working it. I call it. We have a board liaison officer, and that board liaison officer we have a liaison in Mexico, whether it's a commandante, cop,
You did, right? You know,
elected official, whatever, military, and
yeah, boy,
we'll call and I say, look, person's name is this. It happened at such and such time at this street corner and this street corner. It says like 3 Suburbans rolled up, all blacked out. Some dudes with BDUs jumped out, grabbed this guy, named such and such, around this time. Within 30 minutes to an hour, you get a call back from the board liaison officer. Yep, they got him. It's the cartel. Well, what's the deal? Well, they want, they're always going to be like, we want 300 grand. Okay. So you broker a deal. What you do? You got to go in there with the family. I'm like, you got 300 grand? No.
so
They don't have it. 100 grand. We don't have it. Well, what do you got? We can come up with 60 grand. What else you got? The cartel was big on the board. It was, if you had a 4x4 V8 or a Hornet, they were getting stolen all the time. So if they're like, hey, say it's 2006, we got 2005 Chevy Tahoe 4x4 V8. Okay, cool. Midnight, there goes the Tahoe with 60 grand. Here comes the kid across. These kids across. You know, we work stuff like that all the time. But we did get those kids back because what on that particular case, what happened was there's a last stretch of 281. You're in McAllen and you're headed to the border. And there's a lot of used car lots. Well, sometimes some people working in those car lots might be acquaintances with the cartel, right? It was nothing to have cartel living in your neighborhood. But wind came out that when the car came back, there was the cartel members was an old guy, they call him El Aguila, the Eagle, and a younger kid that just kind of like just starting out. And somebody started calling and said, hey, that old guy, he just came over here and bought 2 cars. They're like, bought 2 cars? Yeah, I think he's got a new apartment or something too. All right. He's just blowing money that he's never been blowing before. So he puts a target on his back. They go and they press the young kid. The cartel does press the young kid, press the old guy. Old guy doesn't break. Young kid breaks and says, hey, yeah, he wanted me to take it with him. I said, absolutely not. And the last information I got was they had chopped either both of his hands or at a minimum his fingers off. And he was cooked alive in a 55-gallon drum.
Holy shit.
I can't remember if it was acid or diesel fuel. They did both back then, but it was called El Guisa. It's soup. They're making it in the soup. So I guess if you work for the cartel, don't steal from the cartel.
Damn.
But OZL had all kinds of crazy things. He had
Is that common?
yeah, back then, yeah.
Lots of kids getting cooked.
Well, it was a common technique that they might use. I mean, Texas Syndicate would do it too. That's a gang, but we've seen them light people on fire and burn them alive too. It's just violent, and I'm careful because I don't want people to go, "Oh, you're saying all of Mexico." No, I'm not saying that at all. I love Hispanic culture. I've got numerous Hispanic friends still down there. But the cartel, yeah, it was violent. I mean, he had a lion he fed people to, and that was confirmed. It wasn't by me, but I remember the word came back. I can't remember if they were in a fixed wing plane or in a helicopter.
That's right.
Liaisoning, and they're flying over, and it was like you see a big lion in a cage, and you're like, "And those bones. What are all these bones in that cage?" And they're like, they're pollo. It's chicken. It's pretty big chicken. Pretty big bones.
Damn.
Looks a little more like a femur, but I'm not. Who am I to judge? You know. And then this is sick. I don't know if I've heard people get like vulgarly gross on your show before, but it's true. He had a.
It's pretty graphic on this show.
Yeah. Okay. Good. He had a little person, midget. I don't know. They were calling him a midget. I don't want to offend anybody, but he had a midget who was apparently blessed in the nether regions, and he used that guy to rape people as part of torture. Because when you get kidnapped, I mean, it was big on like they'll take kilos, which is a 2.2 pound brick, hitting you in the head with it, cigar burns all over you, electrocute stuff. That was big back then. I don't know what they do now, but we always thought it was a wives' tale. But one Christmas Eve, I was actually driving to Arizona with my wife and kids, and I got a lot of sources, and we started getting calls. And what happened was, is a guy goes and carjacks a vehicle and drives right into Mexico and tries to sell it to the cartel. Well, he didn't look in the back. There's an infant in the back seat. So now the cartel's pissed because he's bringing heat that doesn't need to be there, and he's an idiot. So they are threatening to kill him, and then we get that call. Hey, they got my son. They're going to kill him, blah, blah, blah. We're doing the whole brokering thing. I've got sources reporting stuff. I'm coordinating while I'm driving because I was a senior guy. When they get the guy back, he comes across the bridge bawling. And they called me, and they're like, dude, the midget's real. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they said he came across and he was crying. And they said when the call came in, like FBI, like, hey, okay, we're on the phone. We got the money. We're ready. Let's meet. The midget was in the room. The guy was crying. He was getting ready. He was getting ready to be tortured a little bit.
Get raped by a midget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That man was about to get his shoes. Man, that's great. Are y'all paying attention to this, people?
Whew. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I hear what this man is saying.
Hmm.
What is going on? Shit. That's what we trying to figure out.
It's great.
This is an undercover, I guess he former FBI, former
Something like that.
something. I mean, something with law enforcement. And he's telling the story about cartel violence and what happens if you were part of them and you steal from them or you do anything.
Yeah, he was part of a team that patrol the border and go undercover to like infiltrate the cartel and pretty much like the middleman for like hostage negotiation. When it comes to like extreme measures, like, okay, well, you know something, you don't do this, you don't know what I mean? He relates to the family what they told him they was gonna do to their kid if they don't pay money.
Right. All right, let's finish it. We got a few more minutes on this, so we're going to finish this up.
about the time I was transferring out of there,
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
I'm excited to introduce to you the newest member of my family. We call him Stanley. We got Stanley this past Christmas, and pretty quickly my focus became making sure he was safe while still giving him the freedom to actually be a dog. I went looking on.
You know, fast was bad.
The other thing that stood out to me is these taller lights, along with an antenna. I send voice to me SRS for $50.
think we ever pitched.
Use code SRS for $50 off.
But you don't pay for premium.
Or maybe shortly thereafter. The Department of Justice, I think we took off those
Free is us, all right?
And I don't know what everybody else's thoughts on it are, but I don't think
Right.
we ever pictured that you take that guy off and created a vacuum. So even though it was violence, we had those, hey, it's FBI case.
Yo, let us hold your
You always
premium
shut down
account,
the
though.
border, said this kid come back, it's all about that kind
Give
of
us
thing
the
going.
password.
And even if
Inbox.
they did call for the cartel coughed us
Yeah, premium.
to undocumented aliens coming from Yemen. Because they came in and asked the wrong people, and then the cartel like, we don't want this kind of heat. Hey, FBI, we got 2 people.
I want somebody else.
But when we took him off, it created a vacuum, and now everybody started to compete for power. Because
Somebody else's
under
family.
the Gulf Cartel at that time, the enforcement arm were the SATAS, ZETAS. Paramilitary must have been trained. Those are the ones pulling up in the Suburbans, jumping out, grabbing you. They're the ones that are collecting the quotas. If you smuggle dope or undocumented aliens, you have to pay a quota to the cartel. I think at least when I was there, it was like every 2 weeks you had to pay. If you didn't pay, they'll kidnap you.
Yeah.
I've had sources get kidnapped and held and tortured. I've had targets, same thing happened to them until they can pay up their money.
How they torture them.
Same. One of them, she was tough. She was tough. They threatened to rape her, but like 20 guys or something. And she was an older lady. She's like, Ann? I mean, she was tough. She was English. And they were like, but yeah, the burning, the smacking, hitting you in the head, stuff like that. But what happened is OZL gets taken out, and now the Satas are like, well, we're the ones getting all the stuff. We should be running this. We're going to take over. Then you got somebody trying to move up in the Gulf Cartel. Then you got Sinaloa Cartel coming in and saying, no, we're going to take this spot. You got MS-13 saying, no, we're going to take this spot. And the last I talked to people that were down there working it, it just got to the point to where the extortions and the time frame and the money and stuff, they were just following through because they were just chopping people's heads off because everybody's fighting for territory. So if a nicer vehicle rolls in to this town, and this town is being run by sectas, and we go, well, you're not one of us, but you got to be somebody because you're in a decent vehicle. Innocent bystanders have been killed. I had a friend of mine in East Tennessee. He grew up his parents were doing missions, and he was from this one village in the south of McAllen, going through there. But he asked me if I could check because the family had lost contact, and I reached out, and the border liaison officer at the time was a friend of mine, and they did some research, and it's one of those deals.
No.
And a vehicle couldn't explain, we're not cartel, we're not Sinaloa, we're not Zetas, and that's 6 heads.
Damn.
Damn.
6 heads in a car.
6 heads in a car.
Did you see a lot of that?
A decent amount. Like actually seeing it, looking at it, not necessarily, but the videos and stuff were starting to come. They were starting to mimic, yeah, the live sawing, like just slow motion,
Wow.
rusty blade. You can hear the gurgle. That's it. That's it.
Man. No matter where you're watching the Sean Ryan show from, if you get anything out,
Y'all was listening to what this man experienced.
He didn't experience.
Well, no, he had stories.
About people
And
saved.
other stories. Like his experiences was wild.
About people he saved when all this stuff was going on. So we got another, you already know how to do it. We got another crazy reaction. Be back in.
Well, this dude was down at Freedom Line.
About
Yeah. Hold on.
that's what I'm going to show y'all nuts. It's beyond crazy. Like the stuff that people do, or think they can do,
Super wild.
it's just wow. And the funny part of the whole interview, not so much funny, but like crazy, is that one of their methods was using a midget to bang somebody. That's good. What's crazy?
That's wild. And it's not banging good fun by anybody. Midget ain't had no quarrel.
Now hold on, before we start. Now what y'all can see here is a woman trying to cash a stolen check at the post office.
At the pulse.
Right?
Pulse. This man done got. What's going on, son? You alright?
Bridge you got. But this woman,
I can tell it. I can tell it. That shirt fucking him up, Candace.
telling you, man, listen.
Man, I got British.
Bring it down a little bit.
Charlie. Done.
But this woman tried to go into a post office and cash a stolen paycheck. And not only was she trying to cash a She tried to use a man's ID to do it.
Back her up through the floor.
I'm running for this. Let us play, my good man.
Full screen for a second. Oh, man, it's full screen.
So as of now, you are being detained for ongoing assessment. I don't need you to contact anybody because I don't need anybody to pull off or nothing like that. So let's not do that. Okay, so watch your phone and you have no identification of that. This is your ID, your legal ID. Okay. The check. Where's the ticket? Where's the check?
What's on?
Your name, your legal. I don't need no more than another person. Me personally check for them.
On April 17th, 2025, a woman walked into a United States post office in Leon County, Florida, with a stolen treasury check and a counterfeit ID. The real issue is not the fake ID. It is how a live Federal Alert Network shut down an entire multi-location fraud operation in real time.
I don't need anybody to pull off or nothing like that, so let's not do that. Okay, so watch your phone and you have no identification of that. What's going on? You're being detained at this time. Wow. Well, we have an investigation to investigate the parent person. Check the I want you. Hello. Yes, you. No.
She trying to play stupid like she don't know nothing. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on.
That's at all. So you didn't give them any identification? No license, no nothing. Yeah, I did now. Okay, so where is it? In my purse. It's okay, yeah. I'm sure I don't have, I can do that.
Sorry.
I can get it on my card and then we can work this. Do you still have the identification, baby? Okay. No, you can do that. Second idea, this. You want to take the bag of the phone?
And she got hair done all night, you know what I mean? Decent, you know what I mean? Going in.
All nice and purdy.
Oh, man, nervous.
Sorry, folks. Trying to get everything right. They not believing anything. Oh, there they go. They just showed us.
And she had all people in the video. I'm assuming
Where'd you get his name? Where'd you get his name? No.
They already passed it, so she already, they already locked in.
I heard that.
Yeah, nuggets, sky.
No, we had another phone. No, that wasn't regarding you. It was the same instance. It was the same ID, same thing. The same thing can be like this.
You said you Marquita? You said you got a lot of dollars? Somebody out of the way for you? Anything in your purse?
Yes. So we were sharing tips. The group that was just now we can't catch a treasury check without cash. So 2 and 4 we said we were going to buy about $300.
They're not showing people. So,
Cash is check. And the check, that check was good, and stolen from somewhere, but the idea is that
you can see what we are seeing.
What's going on here is like the check, one of the checks she tried to cash was good, like the lady just said. But the problem was, upon completing her cashing out for that check, it came back stolen. And one of them came back stolen because I think it's going on that. And the identification linked back to a man.
Hold on.
So how's she gonna explain that? Somebody talk to me.
Hold on.
Somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. How do you explain that now? Oh no. That's some explaining. Okay. Good. Good. Stamina. What? All right.
Yo, listen.
Keep it rolling, brother.
They just and then we know now, so they came to that one, because this stuff comes out of the check, so. It says a tall, slender, black male with 12087 treasury check. So I think this one's for 15 something. It's not the ID, you run the IDs, the one that we ran earlier is just a man. And her ID goes to me too.
Well, I'm not sure.
You ain't ran it yet, oh, see that Spectre ran it.
Her name is totally different from the name she provided us. It's totally different.
I heard her say that it wasn't her. I mean,
Wow.
Obviously, she got an algorithm to match the name on the check and the template got the check.
this is what the other person did.
How did y'all just ran and was like, this is a male?
Well, Ryan, the inspector, he'll be here in a minute. He alerted us that someone was trying to cash his check for 2340.
At different location.
And they called, the postmaster was sitting in my seat. I'm just station manager. She has all by herself. And I stepped out to the window and I said, hey, don't cash the treasury check. She said, we just did. Chairman got caught into it. He said,
They're trying
here's
to talk about private
3,000.
information.
You buy some money orders. She put the 3,000 in her door. And then he said, oh yeah, cash this check. She gave him that money right back. She didn't have enough to cash it because everybody uses debit credit. Ryan, when he got here, he ran the ID that she provided, and it came back as a male.
When Inspector Ryan of the United States Postal Inspection Service ran her identification, it came back registered to a male. Under Terry versus Ohio, law enforcement may detain someone on reasonable, articulable suspicion alone, a bar well below probable cause. A mismatched ID on a stolen federal check clears that bar. Still, a defense attorney could argue the initial approach rested on an informal postal group text, not a sworn law enforcement source. That said, the moment that database return came back to a male, every procedural argument evaporated. What she was carrying next changes the legal picture entirely.
Once it came back,
Of course,
once
that
it
was the
went back to, it's not to.
they're making an ID to go with that check.
First of all,
The money.
whatever they just said, that lawyer is gonna get cooked. You're at a federal spot, and you're gonna tell a federal employee that you are a man. Now, if she identify as a man,
That's one thing. If you change it legally and all that is legit, you can't argue about that.
but you at the post office.
And you ain't identified them dude. You came in.
I didn't even know. Yo, listen, I didn't even know you can go to the post office and cash a check.
Oh, you know
No,
that?
I didn't go to the post office. Never.
Money
Well,
orders and all that.
yeah.
Shit, man.
I heard money orders, but I didn't know you can cash a check.
Yeah, it's certain type of check.
That's wild. Well, saying, listen, from here on out,
It seems like she gonna get good in it there. You better keep on just playing stupid. That's
better
a
watch
bad.
out for these at this point members. I'm about to send a cowboy up in there one of them things. Like
Hell no, you're not. Nah.
Cash out, my boy.
Mm-mm. Oh.
There's only a certain legal limit. See, they be going with too much. You can go with like 1,500 and straight.
But see, she was good with the 1,500 one. What fucked her over was the other one.
How much?
1,500. Then all together 5,000, right?
Right.
So
So one was probably like
3,500.
35.
And you know they had to call that in.
I mean, not 35.
At 35.
Nah, they call it anything above 9.
You know?
Yeah, anything above 9. 10 grand, like 10 grand is the bare minimum limit where they're not gonna report or call in to the IRS or whatever they do. But once you get past 10 grand, now they want to, that's why they want to see pay stubs and all that type of shit. But if you go under that 10 grand, they don't want to see nothing. They just want to see an ID.
Well, that's where she messed up at. She did.
On this check, did y'all provide it to her, or y'all?
No, I didn't give her the check. So that's
Take the cash from the previous one, that was on y'all work cash.
the cash.
Okay, so she attended to get this check cash, however y'all call it, so y'all didn't provide her any cash.
I
However,
needed
just-
you to hold her because the bank is at a different location in the area.
Mhm,
Their office is not too far. It's the next exit.
mhm.
You're aware of who they are.
You inside it.
They're the federal agents for the, well, they work for, actually, they are the federal
Mhm.
police force for the carry management.
I've never talked to one in person. I heard.
Sarah, did you just hear what she just said? You didn't hear what she just said.
No, that break down.
Hold on, Chan. She said that they up at the next exit. The next exit, and they are federal police. They carry badges and everything.
So they just,
So
she already wait for her ass.
I ain't saying she going to jail. I'm not saying that. I did not say that.
You say that?
No, I didn't say
She gonna be in somebody else's home this time.
that. Right. She's gonna be eating 3 hots in the cot, whatever she decide. You know what I mean? It's always moist in the middle. That's all I heard. So let's go. She
Oh,
gonna
they
be
no clue.
Check the mail and stuff, and then.
Yeah, you know what, when they show up, the file is this thick. And I get them for
So,
stealing my mail, stealing my gas cards. You know, it happens.
Okay.
So,
check right.
boy.
you said this person is the one this one, and this is his own.
She said the federal
Also, she went to the sheriff's office, same neighborhood, same picture, just a different name. And I think to catch this shit.
Mm.
But they didn't catch one. They didn't catch one, but they did catch him.
Yeah, the country sound funny.
She had the second, same picture, same thing, just a
That's a
different name.
Glen House dog. I know that.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if it's on her property.
That's
I can't tell you.
Stick
But
XL.
it's the same person.
Nah,
It's XL.
you think?
You got that check?
Who is this?
Yeah, I give some.
Yeah,
Yeah, I give some. On the ballot.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
On the ballot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. See you next month. So you can get these delivered? It's
Man, we need to go out there and clean
water.com.
up
Your
some-
favorite water brands. Oh,
It's been a while now.
Which word she got it?
Okay. So people, a lot of people be asking this same stupid question. They be like, yo, can a sheriff arrest you?
Oh, yeah.
Who the fuck with handcuffs on her? What does his shirt say? Because a lot of people think, like, yo, in certain states, cops are cops, sheriffs are sheriffs. Some states, the sheriff is just people who run the jail. They don't come out on the street to arrest you. Shit like that. Like Florida, they have sheriffs that can arrest you. Broward County, all them counties down there, they have sheriffs. They also have police. Then they got the highway patrol. So if they're chasing you, it's going to be a sheriff deputy chasing you. Then it's probably going to be your local cop. And if you get crazy, you get on that highway, oh, FHP is coming. They're coming. So pause. Wild crazy. Yes, they're going to spin that whip. It's called the pig. But yeah, nah. Because a lot of people ask that stupid question. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Hell, you can.
Like, this is crazy. This is the most asked question I ever heard. Can a sheriff? Yeah. Right here. Look. What I say? Sheriff.
That I got retained. And essentially what I told you, she came up here with a check, tried to cash it with a fake ID, and it's not her. And then my ID is
Right.
right. but the name on the ID comes to the check holder. So it's because it's a check holder. Yeah. So her fake ID one is the name on it. Right.
Oh, they should say sure.
I agree to match that name on there. She's the same one that we sent over today. I sent commissioners.
Investigate already.
The guy that was here, they should have done it for people.
That's crazy.
Well, she might be telling.
I ain't saying that.
Yeah. Sound like, hey, for her.
Yes, sir. I was just close.
Yeah. You're supposed to.
Yes, sir. Before June, because I saw him first. Same description from an earlier location, just a different name, same date of birth, just a different name on the license. Same
Why they not coming though? It's hard out here, bro.
You can just see the picture in the date of birth. That's it.
Trying to get that money from
That's a different name.
Got a jam over there.
I already know you're doing that.
From Georgia. Florida. Louisiana. In Georgia. What's your, your social?
What?
You ain't know. 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 Take the shoulder work.
You know your social? So that's her name? Okay.
So you want to lose the money? Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Albany? Okay.
Atlanta. Atlanta.
My purse is sitting looking with.
Damn. Of course, he got more. I guarantee you. I guarantee you there's more. Did I see a fan though with nobody?
Yeah, you did.
I definitely seen a fan, right? I wasn't tripping. Why they knocking her?
There ain't no broke days stuff.
Like he about to spend that shit.
Yeah, been that.
Got a nice bag. So that's $5,000.
So nothing. Let them talk. If you want to talk to them, you know, inside this situation. They're worried about that.
You telling me five? You gonna stay silent for $5,000, baby girl?
That Lloyd, baby.
That's it.
That Lloyd.
Sometimes
Because once she says that, it's all over. There's nothing else they need to say. There's nothing else they can say to her. So I need my lawyer. I want my lawyer. Huh? Okay, well, guess what, man? We have the right to say anything to say. And it will be used against you in the court of law. Got you, dumb nigga. Got him.
that's her phone, but not her cord.
It's her phone, but not her cord.
Just gonna go out this way, I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna fall.
I ain't gonna lie. She got that bougie by the bundle hair, and I see it. She got that bust down Brazilian body wave joining her hair. Oh, appreciate that. Shout out to you. Yeah, it's over right here, champ. We're gonna get out a good night.
Yes,
Good night and hello morning. Baby girl ain't coming home no time soon. I mean, listen, could be worse.
I mean, gotta watch out, man.
Hold on, because you put me on to some fishness. And I said, I'm going to wait. I want to play that joint. Good. Ooh, right here, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, no, maybe so.
Right.
Okay. People. Yeah. This is
Yeah, I don't got up. Get it warmed up.
Man, that was crazy. That's wow right there.
We got another crazy
I ain't saying it's crazy, but this is crazy.
action video.
Yo, you know what? No. This is long. Man, wow. I want to go somewhere else. But this right here.
This one right here. Yep, this is good.
Bruh, I seen it.
You saw it?
I saw it.
I'm like, what?
But see, I don't want to drag it on to that long. Oh, that's wild. Pardon me, excuse me. Pause. It's crazy. Nasty work. Hold on, I got something.
As long as we got these crazy people in this world,
As we all.
we will not run out of time.
No, we will not, people. I promise.
That. I mean,
But it's crazy people everywhere. Let's not get that confused. What?
Thank you, man.
No. Oh. Hold on. Listen, so this is a crazy clip that I came across the other day. Okay, people. Now, I fucks with the wave, you understand? But, okay, so listen. If the wave is saying this because this is a Harlem legend, then I understand what he's saying. But if you saying it for any other way, the dude that you're going against, I'm sorry, people. Max B, I'm talking about Max B. Max B said something. Max B made a song with 50. Now everybody know 50 petty as fuck. You do something wrong to 50, that's it. But I'm gonna let this play for y'all.
Hold on.
I'll just pull a clip.
Oh, that direction. Okay.
Hold up. Yeah, just put that. Some quick entertainment.
Cursing me out. They telling me all type of shit. I done heard everything. Your brothers were friends. Cursing me out. They telling me all type of shit. I done heard everything. I'm not going to repeat some of the I heard on Instagram. But at the end of the day, I have tough skin. This is the business. I know what's going on. I love it. I appreciate every nick and cranny of this.
Haters, because somebody's always going to have an opinion. Somebody's going to always not like something you say, or somebody's going to
Somebody else is gonna hate on anything you do,
He
great
looks
or
super
bad.
fun.
I mean, look, if you don't got the hate, you ain't got the rate. Yeah. The hate is a part of the algorithm. When Puff gets out, are you going to the Diddy party? We're going to get Puff. We're gonna pick him up off the come out. Yeah. Shout to Diddy. That's bro. He's watching me, right? Wherever he's at. What? I said all the Puff about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. How's he doing? Puff's doing great. All right. So he's on his way, working out, getting his stuff. Paul, we gonna be there for the bro. Whether y'all like it or not. All right. Cursing me out. They telling me, oh,
Now, Max B said that about Diddy.
Okay.
Oh, because there's more. But wait, there's more. Uh, sir. Oh. No. Come on, camera for a sec. Oh.
Let's see.
What are you doing?
Probably gotta do a move.
Like, yeah. I got it. Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, that's wild.
Trying to get my
Makes sense.
man up here.
Hold on.
Trying to flip. We'll get some stuff in there.
Yes. Right here. You ready to run this, sir?
1 second, all right.
I got it, people. I'm sorry. It took me a little second.
What you running up here, buddy man?
Let's run this. This is what 50 and everybody else.
If every homeowner knew about this
Then we gonna
system,
respond.
they'd
on the
never
other
spend
side.
another dime on window units and
Right.
space heaters. It's called the ductless mini split.
So,
Let's hear it.
And did he ever respond? Yes, he responded. And one of the connections that Wayne Davis gets through his association with Zip Martin is with Sean Puffy Combs, who was then the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. And did he ever respond? Yes, he responded, no, we'll take care of it. So something like
Diddy's own attorney just admitted he cannot save him after Keefe D named Diddy in open court for Tupac's takeout. Word is, the man who was in the Cadillac that night finally put the money and the order on the record. And now even the legal team is saying the walls are closing in too fast. The courtroom just went quiet for real. Keefe D on the stand. Prosecutors walked the jury through the old connections first. They laid out how Dwayne Davis, better known as Keefe D, got tight with the West Coast through his association with Suge Knight. That same network put him in contact with Sean Combs when Combs was still running Bad Boy. According to the testimony, Diddy needed security when he came out west. He was worried about Mob Piru and the Rollin 40s. Keefe D needed to stay close and act as unofficial security for Combs and his artists. The goal was simple: keep problems from jumping off.
one of the connections that Wayne Davis gets through his association with Zip Martin is with Sean Puffy Combs, who was then the CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment. Sean Combs wanted some security when he came out to the West. He was worried about Bob Pyro. He was worried about the members of Death Row Records. And so Wayne E.B.B. Davis agreed to be around to act as unofficial security for Sean Combs and his artists when they came out west. Particularly to ensure there are no problems with Bob Pyro and Death Row Records.
That's not us.
And
That's
this took a
YouTube people.
rivalry between Bob Pyro and South
There you go.
Africa. And that's it.
So I want to backtrack. You said that you was on top of the world until you met Puffy. What you mean by that?
Man, shit, I was getting 300 kilos a month, man. Balling, man. Didn't nobody know about me, yo. My shit was smooth, dude. Shit was laid out smooth, man. I bet your mother was there. All the heat and thunder going around with your book. Man, brother love, show some love. That's all I can say. Show some love, brother love. You know. So obviously you doing your little pretty dance and all that, man. Show some love, man. Oh man, don't be like that, brother love.
This man called this man Brother Love. He's even doing all your pretty dances. What is up with that? What?
brother, that was Puffy Cool's up on the way.
Brother Love? That man said you doing all these pretty dances. That's what he just said.
I heard him.
What's up with that? You want him to show you some love and you saying he doing pretty dances?
You want to see allegedly from the whole ordeal of from my understanding, Keefe D angry because Diddy did this. 3 years of our dealings and all that. He held you down when you came to the West Coast from the other part. And yeah, you did some things with, but you never really blessed with that bread that you said you were.
Okay.
So, you know, he's still, like you see in this clip right here, he's still sort of like bending out, like, well, before he got locked up and all that. He was up interviews like, yo, show us that love for real that you've been saying.
Okay, so he want to see him do pretty dances.
No, he want money.
Oh, he want money.
He want money that he feel like he owed from Diddy.
Okay. Saying the man doing pretty dances. Wow.
They got like a crazy.
Let's get back to this.
Allegedly.
I was on top of the world till I met your motherfucker, dude. Shit is wrong, dude. Wrong. I need something. So throw a dog a bone or something.
Oh.
Sit up there talking about you, daddy love. Show us some love.
That arrangement is what the streets are now looking at with different eyes, because the same Keefe D, he was supposed to keep the peace later, admitted he was in the white Cadillac the night Tupac got shot. Allegedly, dude is saying Diddy offered him money just to silence Pac. The jury is hearing the details straight from the man who was there.
Listen, Keefe D claims that there is this ongoing conversation. It happens on 3 different occasions. But most specifically when he and Puffy are at this place called Queen Black's Deli on Sunset. And they're there. Things have spiraled out of control. Puffy's really concerned about.
So, chat, one quick question. Do y'all believe Keefe D? Do y'all think Keefe D frauding? Or is Keefe D telling the truth?
I got my opinions on the other side.
Okay.
Let keep playing. I got my opinions.
His welfare is his safety. And he tells PPD, man, I just need to take care of the situation with Suge and Tupac. And he says, I just need to take care of them. And PPD's like, that's no problem. That's what we do. And so an agreement was made, put in PPD, put money. And they kind of just let it go at that point in time. But of course, PPD knows in the back of his mind, this is what Puffy wants done. And they all end up out in Las Vegas. PPD's like, yeah, that's what we're doing about $1 million.
So according to Keefe, he's claiming that Puffy offered $1 million to Suge or Tupac.
Both of them. Yeah, both of them. And according to Keefe D, is Tupac put himself on the list. Shit talking to was doing. It was really about Suge because it was Suge's muscle.
Now, before we go any further, let's rewind back a bit. The night Pac got taken out, the driver was Terrence Brown. Rear driver side was DeAndre Big Dre Smith. Rear passenger side was Orlando Anderson. Keefe D sat in the front passenger seat. They left their hotel around 11 that night, hunting for the black BMW with Suge Knight driving and Tupac riding shotgun. Y'all remember that night started earlier at the MGM Grand. Tupac and the Death Row crew jumped Orlando Anderson in the lobby after the Tyson fight. Security broke it up and sent everybody out. Keefe D and his people met up with 2 more and started planning. They knew Tupac was headed to Club 662. They cruised the strip until they spotted the car. At the light on East Flamingo and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside. Windows came down. Shots rang out. Tupac took hits in the chest, arm, and thigh.
Tupac is still in his mode. He's still charged up. If he didn't have anybody to fight, he'd find somebody to fight.
Former Las Vegas officer Gary Dale rode in the ambulance with Tupac. He asked him multiple times who did it. Tupac was still talking. His answer was simple. No, we will take care of it. Something like that. He refused to give a name. 6 days later, he was gone.
Did you wind up riding anywhere with Mr. Shakur?
Yes, I rode to the hospital and the ambulance with him.
During that time period, between the time you get to Mr. Shakur and the time period you get taken into the hospital, are you able to have any sort of communication with Mr. Shakur?
He was still talking, and I was trying to convince him to tell me the name of whoever his assailants were.
And did he ever respond?
Yes, he responded, no, we'll take care of it. So something like that.
So, no, we'll take care of it, something like that. That's the only thing you were able to gather. Sure.
I couldn't get him to talk to me further.
What if you could make a song using only your voice? Let's start with the drum. Hit drop.
Keefe D has spent years putting versions of this story on record. Police interviews, documentary appearances, his own book, podcast.
So wait. If he is doing all this, right? Then he can tell you, if someone can tell you what happened and everything just fits in that mode, well, it was there.
He put himself in a situation.
Some was there.
Yeah, he put himself in a situation.
He admitted being a leader in the Southside Crips, the significance of the chain snatching at the Lakewood Mall that set the whole thing off. He admitted being in Las Vegas the night of the fight. Dude says he was angry that Tupac stomped his nephew, so he hunted Tupac and Suge Knight that night. Then he got a firearm from Eric Zip Martin. He admitted being in the white Cadillac and making the U-turn to confront the BMW. Those words are now the main evidence sitting in front of a jury.
both ladies, this one, they was in a little plane. We was on the side, check every car. So the girl shot me at 2 miles. Sure. 2 miles. Yeah. Otherwise, it got away. You know, and I put and then you tricks and you pull alongside of it.
We can our thoughts right now. This is wild.
I don't even go outside. I don't never want to go. So, maybe people don't on this side.
So you were allowed to do that too, or you was? So you handed the guns to the backseat?
Yeah.
You were doing that?
Yeah,
The defense is calling all of it exaggerated and made up for money and attention. Keith B.D. pleaded not guilty and turned down a 15 to 20 year plea deal. But the prosecution is treating those old statements like confessions. And now the man is on the stand, naming the person he says put the money up. That is the part that
That's the
had
only
Diddy's
charge
attorney looking shook.
in
For
this
years,
world
the claim has
that will
floated that
never go
about a
away.
year before the shooting, Diddy stood in
No
a
matter
room full
where
of
you
Southside Crips and offered $1 million to have both Tupac and Snoop
matter
handled. Those
where you
words
at.
came from Keith B.D.'s own mouth in
Murder will
interviews
follow
that could not be
you.
used against him at the time. Now they
Ain't
are back in the light
everywhere.
while the trial is live.
There's also, you go into the book, that apparently there was supposed to be $1 million that Zip was supposed to bring back. But he ended up keeping the money and buying a nightclub with him. That's what the FBI said. The FBI said that.
The personal angle is what the streets cannot stop talking about. Word is the connection between Diddy and Tupac ran deeper than industry colleagues. Some insiders have described it as obsession on Diddy's side. Old footage and photos from performances and public moments keeps getting pulled up. The last time the two were seen together in public was at Diddy's birthday party. Allegedly, something happened that night that ended whatever they had. Some are saying Tupac walked away right there. Less than a month later, the shots rang out on the strip.
Some saying that he found out. I gotta say this, right? And everybody thinks this is more.
Keith B.D.'s version, the one now sitting in open court, is that the hit was ordered because Tupac ended it and refused to stay quiet or control. The tattoo of Tupac's skull over Diddy's heart still gets brought up every time this story resurfaces. People keep asking what it really meant, respect or something that never fully healed.
Process of being on Google, I came across another book, this one, to which I had to blink multiple times to make sure I was seeing what I was seeing. Does that skeleton look familiar to anybody? Like, if you could take a wild guess, there ain't a specific person with a bandana that might come to mind. And so because that black and white picture was a little fuzzy, I went down a rabbit hole because I'm like, no, I need to see this tattoo as clear as I possibly. And I'm thinking, is that not a skeleton with a bandana wrapped around his head, tattooed on the heart side of his chesticle? Like, when they say that reality is stranger than fiction, I just don't even want to go down any more rabbit holes regarding this man or anybody in Hollywood for that matter. These folks crazy.
Online users been reacting to the whole Diddy Tupac drama. This person wrote, I think he had a huge crush on Tupac. Then this user said, Wendy Williams tried to tell everyone about him years ago, allegedly. Another replied, she was right about a lot of sailors. Now, Eric Von Zip Martin, a close associate of Diddy, his name keeps surfacing. Keith B.D. claimed the gun used that night was linked to a car connected to Von Zip. Even members of Tupac's family have asked why that trail was never fully investigated. Kirk Burroughs, one of the co-founders of Bad Boy, kept journals during his time around Diddy. One entry noted that just days before Tupac was taken out, Diddy asked him to rent cars for a drive from New York to Las Vegas. Gene Deal, who once ran security for Diddy, has said the Keith B.D. trial could reopen the entire investigation because Keith D.'s legal strategy may revolve around explaining why Tupac was targeted in the first place. If that explanation involves both money and a personal rejection, the story does not end with the man in the Cadillac. It goes back to whoever allegedly financed the hit.
Speaking of Puffy, right? How do you feel about the rumor that Puffy, he gave a guy named Eric Von Zip a check for $1 million to give to Keith D to kill Tupac?
I'm familiar with the story. I'm familiar with the dude. My man Big Psych, rest in peace, used to know that dude.
So you met Ron Zip before. So how does that make you feel, man? Somebody that you met, and I'm sure that he knew that she was Tupac's brother. How does that make you feel knowing that he's the one that provided KPD with the gun to kill Tupac?
I mean, it's all done. It was a setup. It was a plot for my brother. I feel up about it. I don't know that, but I ain't got no love for none of them.
If they want to pull Diddy into that, they gotta mitigate circumstantial evidence.
Nobody don't. Nobody's at all. Don't run. Back. Hey, y'all. I wish I do. If y'all want a real phone.
Anybody can be a witness for you, but what can they prove?
Diddy bodyguard.
Somebody's gonna have to say, I heard this conversation. This was a handshake or a nod or something went down, and it's gonna be hard to prove. All I said was, I saw a check for $1 million. Right? Eric Von Zip had a check for $1 million.
Suge Knight has been speaking from behind bars. He called the killing a straight assassination, not some chain snatch or color war. He said people can talk freely about who took out Kennedy, but when it comes to Tupac, nobody really wants the full truth. Suge is on the witness list. So are members of Tupac's family, former Las Vegas Mayor Oscar Goodman and Governor Joe Lombardo. The man who was driving the car that night is finally weighing in while the only person ever charged is on the stand.
And at Pro Records, founder Suge Knight had a lot to say about the Tupac Shakur trial during a jailhouse interview with TMZ. Knight was in the car with Tupac the night he was on the strip in September of 1996. Now from behind bars, he is weighing in on the case and how prosecutors are framing the killing. Here's how Knight describes it.
You know, one of the things you got to realize, this is assassination. It wasn't over no chain. It wasn't over no colors. This was assassination. And they can do one who assassinated Kennedy, everybody can talk about it.
Money B, who knew Tupac from the Digital Underground days, his personal belief is that the person who actually pulled the trigger is no longer with us. Keith B.D. has admitted he was in the car with his nephew and others, but Money B also believes there were other people and possibly other agencies involved in allowing the ones who carried it out to walk away clean. The jury is still being locked in. 15 prospective jurors were told to come back. The court is looking at 12 plus 4 alternates. Keith B.D. is the only person ever charged. His own past words are the main evidence against him, and now those words include naming Diddy in open court. Diddy's attorney has already signaled that the situation is beyond saving in the way the defense once hoped. The combination of the old admissions, the courtroom testimony, the money claim, personal motive, and the chain of connections running through security arrangements and car rentals has left the legal team with limited room to move. The walls that protected this case for 3 decades are starting to look thinner. Trust the online community not to stay silent. One user commented, they say he was Puff's lover. Another goes, Suge was pushing Pav to go to Vegas and Puffy was pushing Big to go to LA. See what I'm getting at? Yet this person said Pac and Big wasn't supposed to go to those places. This online critic was blunt. Diddy did it, and now he's going to pay. What happens when the full testimony is on the record? Does Keith B.D. stick to the stories he has told for years, or does the pressure of a real trial force something even heavier into the light? And if the personal fallout is the real motive, how many other names who got close and then pulled away are still carrying the same weight? Drop your thoughts in the comments and click on this next video. It's just as...
Wow, crazy.
I'll get my thoughts on that right
Let me hear that.
All right.
It's QBD lying.
I took some notes that he was, Now, my biggest question when it comes to like,
Come on.
When you are at a certain, when you get to a certain status in your life, and financially wealthy, and resourceful wise, your success and your position is not only attached just to you. It's attached to other entities too that help you get to that point. Okay? So, imagery is everything, especially if it's being attacked in a negative way. Because guess what happens once your image or your character start to have some flaws and cracks and be improving in some sort of way, be very flawed and negative. Those people that once stood by you, supported you, push you to get in this position, gonna try to start moving away from you and giving themselves space and a far enough reach away from you to where they don't want to be around when the fire and the smoke goes up in the air.
Okay.
Now that brings me to one of my major questions with Diddy is, I get it.
What?
I get it on a certain level of you just want to keep things in the community a certain way that people go by when they come from a certain community. Even though Diddy did not come from no like real tough upbringing, but I think moving around it's a bunch of sharks where you're trying to move around in, so you want to get some other people, a little leg up, some publicity, a little bit of money here and there to look out for you when you move around in that area, so them other grinders don't get you. But this the main reason why I don't support it, because unofficial security doesn't resonate or prove to be all the time reliable resources within your situation. Why? Because unofficial security could be anybody that just hanging around in your we call that entourage.
Entourage, yeah.
It could be your cousin. It could be your brother. It could be your brother's friend that you knew for almost 20, 30 years. You already know he get down and visit. He ain't afraid to get a shaking at any drop of a dime. And because you possibly look out for him and his family, he gonna do whatever you need him to do. You know what I mean? If you need it done. But the problem lies once it gets done per se in that true measure hits, guess what? Now, if it's unofficial, like let's see, local police officers, like professional security, some people like 50, they get like with Navy SEALs, stuff like that. Yeah. You don't have those type of securities that's more official around you, and I get it, probably expensive. Highly expensive. I know it's probably highly expensive. But at the same time, Puffy could afford that. And it's damn near all his fault because, look, you start playing around in a den with a bunch of hyenas that's hungry and think they won't mess around. Would you keep on playing with them like you don't want to give them their meal?
That's wild.
Like they will sit there and turn around and bite you. Now, all these conversations that quote unquote allegedly been had between you and this dude could bite you in the ass. Of course. But that's one question, right?
So people, why my man?
And another one is, why did he? And I just think, why did he and keep the D, right? On Diddy, let's start from with him. See the top four, right? At this point, why did he gonna sit there and play these dangerous games?
Why not?
Like, okay, I dig it. You felt like if I go,
you got the cash over, sir.
I dig it. He probably felt that way, like, I got the money, just in case you got to sit there and say, I did this, I ordered that, I talked about this, not third. I'm not going to talk to him directly. I'll probably have somebody in my office, my entourage, third or fourth party, reach out to him through conversation. So even if he's trying to say something, I said something to him directly, it cannot be proven. Get it. But still playing these dangerous games where you could somehow, you already got enough ish going on with you, and this guy will be blabbing his mouth.
But at that time, I was thinking like that. That was early 90s. You got
now let's talk.
That.
Now let's talk about Keefe D. Keefe D. when that situation happened, anything like that in Las Vegas.
That man was in that car.
No, I ain't saying budget, but the whole thing is, bro, nobody was thinking about you or worried about you. You pretty much got away from the situation pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, that was stupid.
And it was never talked about
He
again.
did the OJ. OJ got away and then turned around and did something stupid.
Yeah, but TPD definitely just like, and the bad thing about it was like, what makes it worse to me in TPD situation is you wrote a darn book putting yourself in the situation.
You can only put yourself in a situation and tell those details you were actually there.
I understand that, but the whole thing is you sat there, made yourself clearly a person in this position, in that situation, that easily, because at the time when it all went down and all the big investigations going on, and everybody trying to tie this, tie that, figure out this, figure out that, you know what I mean? And the police and everything in Las Vegas, we're trying to find some sort of witnesses or somebody that can report or some sort of suspect. Guess what? They didn't find them at that time. Why? Because people, you know what I mean, wasn't saying nothing, trying to get away from it, and we don't know nothing. So what happened in that situation? Oh, Las Vegas, pretty much from this, sweep this under the rug because, guess where it happened at? On the Las Vegas Hollywood Strip. So they didn't want none of that negative publicity all over there when they got, all this stuff for people that's coming in there for vacation, and they trying to promote their strip to travelers and stuff like that.
Right.
They didn't want to sit there and really make a big on that investigation and big old thing about it around that time.
On what? When Pac got killed in Vegas?
Yeah.
Yo, Vegas is gonna roll. Them casinos.
No, I just talking about saying like they would give, like, for instance, right? You got some people, right? Before they travel somewhere, they like to do their homework on the area they're gonna travel to, and if it got bad attention, bad reviews, or it just got too much bad publicity around it, they're not gonna go there.
I wouldn't say that though. I wouldn't say that because here it is. Check this out. Vegas is called Sin City, right? They call Vegas Sin City. Sir, mass people still go there, even though they know all that shit goes on, right? That's not even what's crazy. Hear this, the Amityville Horror. Okay, people still go visit that house. People visit that house where they know people got slaughtered at. Man, people don't care about that.
And another thing too is that, people, not so much people like just travelers. You got people that probably was in that police department at the time that was looking, for like promotions and all that type of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And not just that, probably got a whole bunch of political stuff going on around
For sure.
And it's like, Tupac, among being a good rapper, great rapper, is highly political, right? You all know that.
He wasn't political. His mom, you gotta remember, she was arrested for being a part of the Black Panther.
Yeah, he was political too.
In what aspect?
What?
In what aspect?
He was very boisterous. My man,
that doesn't make you political.
Yeah, my man, listen.
That just makes you a prisoner out of
He spoke against, there's a lot of stuff politically that he said. He said about an interview. And he even caught a case for protecting a black man because he was getting jumped, I think he was being badly beaten by police. And he
that makes you political?
No, I mean, like, nah.
I don't think that makes you political.
Nah, but he was very political. He had albums. He definitely did have interviews speaking highly political. It's just that, when he hit a certain position with like Suge and all that, he went from that point to now gangster rap.
So what he did was change his whole lifestyle when he got with Suge. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. So if he was a political dude, stick to that.
Yeah, he did. He sort of made it like a 360 when he met Suge. So you got to think about his transition and his timeline. Before he got with Suge and all that, You know what I mean? And Simon Death Row, he made, you know what I mean? Brenda got a baby.
I thought that was on Death Row.
No, that's before. I think that's before. I think Brenda got a baby before.
Hold on.
He made like an album.
What albums did Pop release on Death Row?
So my whole point is, me actually saying what I y'all. Sorry for being so long-winded in the word. You know, like when you just come down to just one make a point to me that we step into these streets and you play these dangerous, you know what I mean, you know, still trying to be politicized in the street type of game. Even if you got one foot in, one foot out, and you want to move around with an entourage, you know, I'm all with, for instance, get the point. Blow up to the, we doing our thing, blowing up crazy, life is going super good. We're at this point, we're living good, our status is on point. And I don't know, say you got 2 cousins and stuff, you know what I mean? I'm gonna come around, kick you up on tour and stuff like that. Cool. I'm just saying.
I tilted these glasses for a reason.
I just give it an example. But, you know, saying they don't
fuck niggas.
No, I'm saying instead of for my example is like I would never, might not never, for instance, hire my so-called cousin or friend as unofficial security.
No. You know who I'm gonna hire? GX, Blockers, the unofficial. That's my unofficial and official security. Listen, people, I mean, sometimes you can hire your friends, you know what I mean? You trying to look out, you know what I mean? Cool. People do that, you understand? They put them through the proper channels, so everything is legit, you understand?
That makes sense.
Like,
that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Like, for instance, that's like one of your homeboys, be like a ex-cop, ex-CO, or just come home, or did time in the military or the army.
Did time in the military is great.
Yeah,
the way you just worded that was wow.
But did time in the military or the army.
That's even more crazy that you're gonna say it again.
Because some of them
did time. They was on tour, deployment. Not did time.
Well, that is doing time. But you know how long those tours did deployment?
My man, are you hearing what you saying?
I am on that.
Did time in
I
the military.
I mean,
that's crazy.
It's not crazy, but it's true because you got some.
They didn't do time. They was on tour.
Man,
they was on tour or got deployed.
There's some dudes that be in the army and military.
There's career. They
call lifers.
Yeah, they're lifers. They're career people.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
our cousin was a lifer.
Yeah. So it's like
Juice is a lifer.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point. Is that them type of people with them sort of credentials that could easily be like, I officially fooled, and it's like, yo, look, you know what I mean? Like, this makes sense. Cool. Some mofo, yeah, man, I'm still on the corner. I'm still tossing it up. Yeah, man. Look, man.
Those are the people I want.
Hell no, I don't.
Bruh, listen. I want my security. I want all my security to have switches, buttons on that shit. So if you run up, they're going to evaporate you. Shout out to Ray Ray's. What is it? Ray Ray's firearms. Yeah.
I don't want none of them type of people to be out there.
I know. I just love having fun. I'm very controversial people. But I guarantee you, I'm definitely going to be with some Chiracians. You can cut all that shit. My security coming straight from the rack. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Man, dude, you know why?
Why?
One of those fools, right?
Not all of them are like, not everybody is on that type of time. Some people just get security just to have security, so they don't have to do, you know what I mean?
Right.
What do you say? The worst case scenarios registered in my gov.
So you understand what makes you think? Like, if once you like a celebrity and you know you got so much to do, especially financially and all that. You know, if you get into an altercation out in public with somebody, even if they started in such a way and all that, they usually try to turn around and sue you.
Prime example. I forgot what I seen a clip. Yeah, I seen a clip. It was in a movie though, but it's a true story. Dude, Stifler from American Pie, and I forgot the other dude name, but he was the jock in American Pie. He had got the little badge on. They was at a party or whatever. So dude was like, "Better hit me. I'll fucking sue the shit out of you." Stifler came out the crowd, wham, put something on the floor. He said, "Shoot me, I'm broke as shit. I don't give a fuck." So he stood up for his man. So I get what you're saying. But see, listen, when that switch go off, man, nobody saying nothing. That should be like,
but no, speaking of somebody saying, you got somebody that I see just pulled up that wants to say a lot of something.
Listen. Okay, people, so listen. I don't know how new this is, but I feel like this is new. You understand? This is DJ Vlad talking about a retired FBI agent exposing Young Jeezy for snitching on BMF.
And Badass is doing an interview on No Jumper.
On No Jumper. And I don't think Jeezy told, but hold on.
Breaking, and this is probably one of the most unique ways that I've ever seen somebody get exposed for snitching. But basically, there was an FBI agent who made a TikTok talking about a case that he was involved with many years ago, and we could play the clip if you like.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the guy's name because he's pretty famous, and to be fair, he was never charged with a crime. But we had these two rappers in Atlanta in the early 2000s, and they were beefing with each other, trading diss tracks, the whole thing. Then rapper number one, the famous one, orders his goons to go beat up rapper number two and steal this gaudy gold and diamond necklace he wore in all his videos, and that's where it got interesting.
All right,
the Goon Squad shows up.
That's Jeezy and
he pulls a gun, starts shooting.
Jeezy and
one of the attackers gets hit. Takes about 200 yards away from the house before he drops dead. Rapper number two is arrested for murder, but it's dismissed as self-defense. And the real criminal here is rapper number one, who ordered the bike that got this man killed. I had the phone records of two witnesses prepared to testify on what would have been rocks on the RICO murder case. And for reasons that were never explained to me, the U.S. Attorney's Office declined prosecution, and rapper number one went on to have a phenomenally successful career. Oh well, then some were some.
So basically, the allegation is that he's
talking about Jeezy,
right? And Blue Da Vinci has kind of confirmed as well that there was this sort of like eerie switch up from Jeezy, where when the BMF takedown went down, that Jeezy at that point like ceased to have anything to do with BMF, never communicated with any of them ever after that. And so he's basically saying that they had, in his opinion, a rock solid case against Jeezy for the Gucci situation in which Boogie Low got killed, but that was never pursued by the FBI, and that his best guess is basically that it was in exchange for Jeezy supplying information about BMF. Okay, yeah.
Where did that last part?
You kind of need to connect the dots with like prior videos. There's like a Blue Da Vinci video where he goes into depth about how he feels very strongly that Jeezy snitched. And so that guy kind of like puts the details of it together of what his incentive to do so might have been, since Jeezy was the only one associated with BMF that basically ended up getting escape free.
Well, what about there's multiple guys that went to that house?
Yeah, and I interviewed one of them, Young Throwback, who claimed that Gucci Mane, or I interviewed the guy who claims that he's the one who pulled the trigger and killed Pookie Loc.
Pookie Loc was with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
You wasn't by himself. There was like two people that went and something. So maybe the people who were cooperating were the two people that were part of the whole invasion were cooperating against you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I kind of implied.
The reason people think that this guy's implying that Jeezy actually did it, because in the two comments that he actually replied to was someone saying that the theory of the reason that Jeezy never got locked up was because of him providing evidence to the feds about the BMF shit. And that the guy who made the TikTok, he liked that theory, and then he was like, interesting theory. So people just speculating that that's
People
why.
speculate, right?
It's not, you know what I'm saying? Not like really just.
So people speculating that Jeezy told on BMF, right? We don't know Young Jeezy's real name, right? But when you cooperate to tell on someone and they move for motion of discovery, guess what, sir? They have to tell you who's accusing you of these crimes. It don't be like, yo, just the state. It'll say the state of Pennsylvania is accusing Cowboy of being a ringleader at this point, right? They got confidential informants. K Bands is the confidential informant. CI1. Now we have CI2. Something, whatever. It's CI2. And your paper and your discovery packet is gonna tell you who's.
His real name is.
I don't know his real name, but Blue Da Vinci came out and said Jeezy told, but scratch all that. I feel like Blue Da Vinci was really hating on Jeezy.
That could be so.
I feel like he was hating on Jeezy because if Jeezy told, right, what is Jeezy getting for telling when the actual dude who told was the accountant? He told everything. What the fuck is Young Jeezy gonna get for telling? What do you get for telling if someone already told? And that's what took the whole shit down. I like Blue Da Vinci. I like this one song he had on Smack Work.
Yeah.
Shit was fire. Fire. But come on, bruh. That's like
Proven, but it's just a theory of
And it always did seem sort of bizarre that all this shit went down in front of our eyes, where Gucci basically ordered this situation that ended up in a murder, and that it was never pursued. I mean, even as like a real young rap fan, that always stood out to me. I was like, why are they not pursuing that?
I mean, when it comes to situations like this, you can think someone of a murder for hire. It's a little tricky, especially when people are not cooperating. You see what I'm saying? So we need to get a unanimous.
Okay. DJ Vlad is absolutely right. You know who's getting fucked over right now in this type of situation that DJ Vlad just spoke about? Lil Durk.
Yeah.
Lil Durk.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, bruh.
Oh yeah.
I seen some shit where they got 30 cooperating witnesses, right? And 25 of them are going to testify against this man. I don't know if Durk coming home or not. You understand? But I know for sure.
You doing this time?
Huh?
You doing this time?
I'm going to you. Yo, fam, listen. I don't know. It all depends on what these people gonna testify to, what they gonna say,
and their credibility too.
No. Sammy the Bull killed credibility. Okay, he admitted to knocking off 19 motherfuckers and still got John Gotti. There we go. Let's run this.
Yes.
You know, like the Hernandez Govan trial.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
They had a whole bunch of stuff set up. Yeah, they knew each other. They were talking. This, that, and the third. Oh, there was a reason. This or that. Jury came through, not guilty an hour later. So it's like, there's no case here. So nobody wants to go into trial unless they have a rock solid case.
Right.
Like, for example, like the whole David, you know. I didn't pay attention to that. And it appears like they don't really have a way to tie him into the murder. There's circumstantial things. Yes, he knew her. She was underage. She was mentioned. There was a live stream. But how do you go from that to a chopped up dead body in the cars? And you have to really prove it, especially when the person has money and has lawyers. At the time, Jeezy had money. Might not have been a strong enough case. So you just leave it as a cold case, hoping maybe at some point someone comes forward and brings some new information and so forth. Because it could be a cold case for 20 years. They might still, if Jeezy really was responsible for that, they could still charge him next week, like whatever. I hope they don't, but people like to be armchair lawyer all they want, but when it comes to real trials and real cases, you got to really have your ducks.
I mean, we've seen a lot of people get exposed for snitching in a variety of different ways. Like 1090 Jake feels very, very strongly that Larry Hoover told, and a lot of the proof is based on a 1964 newspaper article. Now we've got a former FBI agent who basically is just creating TikTok content and is probably going to get like $2 to $3 from the Chinese government as a result of putting this theory out there. So he might actually, we're really like not sure how this is going to play out.
1090 Jake said Larry Hoover told? 1090 Jake man never not turned up in Chicago.
You know what? But see, with all these, all this being said, right? I mean, just
listen, I don't mean to cut you off, but according to people that never been on that side, everybody's down.
Man, let me tell you something. When you just rewind back to the Jeezy, quote unquote, and Gucci Man.
That's you? Hello.
But my thing is like, at this point it's like, even if so, right? Even if say they got completely proven that snitching was on both sides, how about that? At this point, what do you mean
on both sides?
I'm saying that. Saying like on Jeezy's side, say it was proven that he did it.
That he did tell?
Yeah. And,
Jeezy a snitch. Like there's nothing else to talk about.
Oh, yeah, all right. But say also,
if it's proven that he told, then he's a snitch.
Right, okay. But say for instance, that was proven too about Jeezy too, right?
That was who?
Proven about Gucci Man too, right? Yeah.
Gucci's a snitch. Like if you told, you are a snitch, my man.
But at the same time, like, what do they really lose?
Bruh, at that time, these were street dudes at that time.
Correct.
Street credibility is gone. Now that they old, whatever.
Right.
Okay, cool. I get where you going. But at the same token, that street credibility, people believing in your music now, man, that shit, what? Bruh, that shit will still resonate to this day. Hold on. I'm glad you asked that question. Let's finish this interview because the next joint I'll pull up.
But only thing is going to resonate today is a discussion.
No, it's not.
Well, so what's going to happen to it? Yeah, it is, because nobody ain't going to do nothing, none of them.
Right. You never know,
though. Okay, brother.
Hold
on.
When have you ever seen someone come out to somebody who told them like, I forgive you, give me a hug, bring it in?
Man, you got dudes that's out there and riding on a bunch of dudes and go back to the same neighborhood they are riding on dudes and kick it there like it's no problem and nobody did nothing to them. It's dudes that's doing that. I mean, I guess it's more of a now of an age type of thing.
Man, that shit's been forever. It's not now of an age. People been been able to tell.
Yeah, but at the same time, the dudes I was telling back when the quote unquote the food was so solid.
Yeah.
Sometimes those dudes get hit send out on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
it be the people who you think are not telling are the ones who's telling. Yo, man, listen. All right,
no matter how much people are going to turn on Jeezy or whatever. Obviously, it's kind of in the main. You don't think? I mean, we've seen so much evidence of people not caring about snitching in general that at this point that it's kind of easy to imagine people leaving it alone.
He's also sort of at the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
The tail end of his career.
I just think that he's not the guy that's going to drop the #1 album.
You don't know that.
Fans will like him. I think it'll chart somewhere, and there might be, depending on who he gets on a song, and he gets Jay-Z for a feature. Like, it's kind of big, but it won't be. But this is not the next J. Cole album. This is not the next Drake album.
J. Cole.
J. Cole. Song they like.
Drake was.
Do you think that was a conscious decision on Jeezy's behalf to like kind of fall back from that?
And that's why a lot of people saying that. What they saying?
I don't know. From rap?
Okay, hold on. I think saying had to open up a whole thing since 94. We ain't tripping, we'll swap it out. Right over there, champ. Sir. Good. You gotta turn my camera on.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I don't know if I would do that. It's here, right? I don't know.
That's what I said. Who do you tell on?
Yeah, a lot of people be saying that though. When they go up to his joint, they free. Soon as they leave DJ Academics, my boy, they go and they come. Bruh, listen. If somebody come here and do an interview at this point, right? A little street dude, right? And then he leave at this point, and they put cuffs on this man. What they gonna say, sir?
Answer this question.
They gonna say either Joffrey or the Cowboy.
Yeah,
working with me.
but see, this was some street dudes are highly dumb at, because like some of these dudes that go in interviews,
they telling themselves. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't.
Some secrets and stuff they should took to their grave. They don't. They get on interviews. They so decided they want this clout. They're looking to really, take their streaming to the next level, hopefully, and they just go buck crazy and just start saying stuff. And they should just decline questions that can answer them to keep them away from some things.
Now, listen, the one thing I can say about Lil Durk, he was on the Breakfast Club, right? And it was him and King Von. They was asking King Von about a herb. That nigga Durk coughed. King Von, shut up. Didn't say nothing else. So, like, it was probably I don't know, it's for everybody to see. Don't act like I just told y'all this. This is some breaking news.
I got something if you want to listen back. You ever heard of Brian Blaze?
Who?
Brian Blaze.
I have not.
He's a top hitter back in the 80s, early 90s. He ran with Supreme Team.
You talking about anything about the Supreme Team? If he ain't
that guy?
No.
Prince?
It was Supreme Prince.
But Brian Blaze, we did an interview with Vlad, and he was talking about, she was a big time hitter. He's like, yo, man, listen, the biggest in the world, I'm finished. You know what I mean?
Bruh, listen, that man ain't never lied. Who said that? Hold on. That's not even what's crazy.
Brian Blaze said that.
Real shit. That's the truth. Hold on.
Big shout out to you, brother. Big shout out.
Creamy, what's good, my boy? Yeah. Primo. Yo, listen. There's a dude from DC, Sean something. He was on a podcast with what's the fat light skinned boy name? He's from NY. Oh shit. Queen's Flip, whatever.
Flip?
Yeah. He was on his podcast with him and his cousin or some shit. He a hitter from DC, sir. Like this man is a hitter from DC. You understand? The man said that Wayne Perry.
He was something different.
No, the man said Wayne Perry was in the boys.
Yeah, I heard.
He was a hitter. He's still a hitter. Like, don't ever get that confused. Wayne is.
He's very feared.
Right.
Very feared.
But he was like, that man like boys. And I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I was stunned behind this shit. So I watched the whole podcast. Because I'm like, what? Like, Stone hitter. And I'm, man.
Yeah, listen.
Bruh, listen. Some people just, no. Hold on, but I ain't gonna go to the dirt going with it.
You just got a message.
Let's hear it. Boy, Grimo, cashews, everything around me only, baby. You already know. All right, Chihuahua. So much. Hold on. Listen, I seen some shit. Hold on. Bruh, listen. I want to play this. Like, this is on some hood shit. Like, I want to play this. And I'm going to play this.
1 second. Break it down.
Let's break it down. Hey, yo, listen. First of all, shout out to this dude. Shout out to Gusto. You understand? Hold your head, my guy. Yo, people did you filthy. Bro, that's all you can say. People did you filthy. You know what I mean? It's wild. They gave this man, Crips gang leader, sentenced to 3 life sentences plus 145 years. Every rolling 60s that was under this man told. I ain't saying they told, but the trial transcripts tell you that they told. His sister was on live telling you that they told. The ones that didn't tell, shout out to you. Now, Ralph Osborne, aka Gusto, leader, Crip gang leader from Roosevelt, New York, was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences. I ain't saying they cooked him. I'm never gonna say they cooked him. Sir, they made the gumbo and they did everything they needed to do.
Now what we're finna play here is a video of
short video
of the case being broken down.
Right.
And why so much detail.
Let's run this.
What led to it. So this video right here, before we hit play on it, we went to school with him. The dude.
Like he's from the hood. Like we're not wearing like you're not
We cool, go ahead. You know, it's, you know, sometimes. And like I always say, you know, is that
gang bang time be different.
once you get to a certain point, sometimes live along, stay along enough.
Sometimes
you become, instead of the vigilant of things, the victim of it too.
You will become the villain. Let's play this.
Become the victim real fast.
Let's play
this.
Let's go.
If you want your car to look brand new, be sure to use this. No matter how much activity in Roosevelt, New York, an area victimized. Friday, January 13th, 2017, at the federal courthouse in central Islip, New York, Raphael Osborne, also known as Gusto, a Crip street gang leader from Roosevelt, New York, was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences plus 145 years in prison following his
life. Okay, people. So, a lot of people don't understand what life means. In certain states, they think that life means, in certain states, life means life until there's no more life in you.
Right.
In certain states, like, I want to say New York, life, no, for sure. Life is 33 in the third. Shout out to my uncle. I already know, dude. You know what I mean? He got arrested way before I was born. Okay. That man did Robert, he did like not Robert. Anthony. He did like 40, 35, whatever. He did massive time. And he was sentenced to life. It was like 33 in the third. Okay. So virtually what they sentenced this man to is 99 joints plus 100. This man ain't never getting out. Never. All them dudes folded on him. Crazy part is, I know the dudes who folded him. I'm not going to mention y'all names. Y'all already in his paperwork. Bruh. Nasty work.
The video, they don't hear what happened.
Conviction after trial in April 2016. Osborne was convicted of racketeering, conspiracy, robbery, attempted murder, witness retaliation, assault with a dangerous weapon, drug conspiracy, and brandishing and discharging firearms during the commission of these offenses. These charges arose out of the defendant's participation in and leadership of the Rollins 60s set of Crips that for many years engaged in criminal activity in Roosevelt, New York, an area victimized by a high rate of gang and drug-related violent crime. The sentence was announced by Robert L. Capers, United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York. Mr. Capers extended his grateful appreciation to each of the law enforcement agencies for their assistance, in particular the Gang Investigation Squad of the Nassau County Police Department.
Of the Nassau County. You heard of Guap City?
Yeah.
Guap City. Guap City.
FBI's Long Island Gang Task Force. Between 2003 and 2013, members of the gang followed an on-site rule established by Osborne that commanded gang members to attack rival Bloods in Roosevelt whenever possible and by whatever means available. In addition, numerous other shootings and murders were committed at Osborne's direction. During the trial, the government elicited details of 15 shootings and 3 homicides that were committed by members of the Rollins 60s during Osborne's reign, and established that the gang financed its activities through firearms and narcotics trafficking. In one of those shootings, Osborne ordered the murder of a federal informant in October 2012. Beginning in the spring of 2012, law enforcement, with the aid of a Rawlins 60s gang member informant, began purchasing firearms from the gang. After the informant attempted to purchase a firearm from Osborne, Osborne became suspicious and ordered other gang members to kill him. On October 13, 2012, a gang member lured the informant from his Hempstead home to a location where a fellow gang member was waiting. The informant was shot 5 times at close range, leaving him paralyzed. Osborne was also responsible for distributing crack cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and methadone, commonly known as Molly, and for bringing hundreds of illegal firearms to Long Island, including revolvers, semi-automatic handguns.
I think, all right. Now, people, listen. No, I'm not gonna lie. Around this time, I was no longer in this hood. Okay? I was gone. I know, dude. I know a lot of the people that did him filthy. I know one of the actual dudes who honestly was a good dude and honestly told on this man. Not gonna mention his name, not gonna slander no one, but I know this for a fact. This is bananas. They cook brown.
Guns, assault rifles, and submachine guns. The government's investigation led to the arrest of 20 members and associates of Osborne's gang. Of those defendants, 18 have been convicted, with the final 2 defendants pending trial. Osborne is the 8th defendant to be sentenced since the inception of this case. On June 21st, 2016, Jamani Hamilton was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 10 years. On August 4th, 2016, Curtis Phillip was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 10 years. On August 5th, 2016, Courtney Smith was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 10 years. On September 23rd, 2016, Merlin Benitez was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 10 years. On October 13th, 2016, Derek Hernandez was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 20 years that will run consecutively to a 4-year state sentence that he is presently serving. On October 19th, 2016, Kwame Lake was sentenced to a term of imprisonment of 5 years that will run consecutively to an 8-year state sentence that he is presently serving. And on November 4th, 2016, Tyshawn Gitto was sentenced to 13 years.
Damn, my boy rapping. Like, yo, your radar went super crazy.
Imprisonment. The government's case was prosecuted by Assistant United States Attorneys Nicole Bergman, Christopher Caffarona, and Michael Maffei.
I wasn't.
Yo, so listen, I'm gonna explain this to y'all the best way I can. I took the glasses off so you know I'm serious. Where they saying this man did all this, Roosevelt, New York, 11575 is 1 square mile.
Yeah.
You got Crips on one side, Bloods on the other side.
Hey.
No, it's not like that no more. I'm talking about around this time. This is bananas. You understand? I know a lot of these dudes who were mentioned in this show. That's wild. That a lot of people told on this man.
That ain't it.
3 life sentences? Come on, dog.
Biggest boo.
That man got 3 life sentences plus 145 years. Yo, the feds don't play. Like, that's bananas.
That it may be.
Appreciate y'all for joining at this point, okay? We had to bring y'all to some hood stuff that we know. Like, this is from our hood. This is where we grew up at. Roosevelt, New York, 11575. We are from Bainbridge, okay? Anybody from Roosevelt that's watching, you know. You know. Bainbridge. Where we go? Fredericks, Manhattan, Prospect, you know, back block shit. Other side of the town, you know, 2nd place, 3rd place, you know, Granada, you know. A couple of my guys from on that side of the town. Shouts out to them.
Let me go with it, brother, man.
All right. Well, listen, crazy. Let's go. Get my camera 5. I'm in. Where you need me at? Sir. And with that,
Bring that up. Now this next. Yeah, man.
I heard you just did like 12 points. Great.
Because well, we finished show, and we're gonna let the whole let the details play out and let y'all hear it for yourself. And what y'all finna hear and see, those that watching or those that hear. It's crazy. Now, this fella, let me pull up. So, this fella has some evil shit secret. That he thought he's gonna get away with. Because he thought, because at the moment nobody knew right away, he thought he was older in the kid. He thought them secrets was never going to see the light. Sad thing is though, it did. And he was confronted on his 6 secrets, you know? The very 6 secrets he was confronted on by them boys. And sometimes them type of dudes like those crazy, you know what I mean, serial, you know, type of people, they'll be the most unpredictable people that seem normal, seem nice, and don't look so revealing as who they are. And they can keep that coming for many years. Your nicest neighbor, your nicest co-worker, and all. But until that cover get unveiled over their face and that mask show who they are, that's me. So, with no more dialogue. Owner. Let's bring you to this realization. Y'all don't want to miss out on the site. So y'all see what it said. Evil dad realizes not discovered his sick secret. What secret is that? What secret is so sick? Yeah, that it's capital. What makes it so evil? Well, you're watching this with us, okay? In real time, just like you are. First time on TV. So, if anything, we'll just have them bring it back. Make sure y'all get a good stuff.
Okay. Here I go. Oh man, why you get fondling shit? No.
I'm so sorry.
This is the moment officers arrive at the home of Andrew Wiley after he reported his 12-year-old daughter, Lori Page, missing.
So, no, she lost
Just hours earlier, Lori had suddenly disappeared, and police were called to investigate what was initially believed to be a possible runaway situation.
No, what happened? It's been so weird around me. Oh my God, it's a crazy.
Really good at figuring out. I've never seen anything like it before. To be honest, like, this kid really wants to talk to adults.
However, officers quickly realized there are no clear signs of where she went, no confirmed sightings, and nothing that actually explains how she left. And over the next 2 years, that story would slowly.
What's with my electric?
Great question. High demand is spiking prices across Pennsylvania, and President Trump is fast-tracking new data centers without basic protection.
What can I do to stop this?
You can tell your congressman we can't afford Trump's price hikes. Scott Perry fought to keep us safe. Now General Perry is stopping an extreme agenda from reaching us back home. Perry prevented the largest tax increase in American history. Thank Scott Perry for fighting for our families, and tell him to keep extreme policies out of Pennsylvania.
Begin to fall apart, even though the person they were looking for had been right in front of them the entire time.
Do you know where Lori is? Was it a mistake? Was it an accident? Keep it up, man. This is your life, not mine. Shit.
Saw fouls. Mirror discretion is a.
It's the beginning of.
Fuck all that. What the fuck did you just say? Nigga is viewer.
Viewer. I'm gonna
Yo, listen, people. Forgive my man.
No, I've been taking too many
'cause
Spanish class.
At the border, you know what I mean? They don't speak this type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
English.
taking Spanish class, man. They teach some shit.
I'm gonna say bar.
I'm gonna say viewer
Tallahassee.
discretion is.
In a quiet apartment complex along Continental Court, families go about their routines, unaware that something deeply disturbing has already taken place inside one of the units. Inside that home lives 12-year-old Lori Page with her father, Andrew Wiley. To neighbors, nothing appears out of the ordinary. There are no signs of struggle, no calls for help, no immediate reason to suspect that anything is wrong. But just days later, in early June 2023, everything changed, and a call is placed to the police where Andrew Wiley reports his daughter Lori missing.
911 dispatcher, what's your emergency? Hi, my daughter's missing. I can't find her anywhere. Okay, sir, calm down. I'm here to help. What's your name? Andrew Wiley. All right, Andrew. What's your daughter's name? Lori. Lori Wiley. How old is Lori? She's 12. She just turned 12.
Within minutes, an officer is dispatched to the home. At first, it seems like a situation they've handled countless times before, a child who may have left during the night. But as the officer pulls up to the apartment, what begins as a routine missing persons call is about to take a very different turn.
People, hold on. Y'all not locked in with us? Please lock in right now on our YouTube channel. At this point, you already know, if you don't see Prable, that is not us. Those are pretenders. We are winners.
Hey, you I'm so sorry. Okay. So, you know what she was
I work at night.
So you were at night. So who was she hanging out with when she went off?
I don't know. I got a work.
Who was supposed to drop her off here? So you went to work last night. Like she was here? Okay. And then when you came home, she was gone? Okay. Does she suffer from any like disabilities or anything like that?
I'm just raising time right now.
I hear you. Do you know of any neighbors might go. I know you don't know about your friends.
I don't know. I'm just raising a child. You know what's going on?
You said what?
He said, your child being a disability, anything I've got back. He said, at this point, I don't know. I'm just raising a child.
I thought he said that.
So the guy hit the
what you mean?
How you don't know what's going on?
She got disabilities? Yeah, she got Down
You don't
syndrome.
know you go to medical history?
Handicap. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know mine. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you know that people don't have
I know they both weird as fuck. They like touching me, and that shit pisses me off. That shit's weird. They like touching my hair. Like, leave me alone.
This guy right here is super weird.
No. He came out the house odd. So I was working last night, and
I don't know. Like, damn, is you 12-year-old? You leave a 12-year-old home to party? Like, what the hell?
Well, listen, I'm out now in certain states. If your kids, in certain states, quote me if I'm wrong, chat, but there's an age limit where you are allowed to leave your child at home.
Yeah.
He went to an abandoned apartment.
Right, he looked
okay, just for policy wise, if I was in the house, make sure she's not hiding under.
That same day, officers began going door to door, trying to determine if any neighbors saw or heard anything unusual. At first, nothing about the situation seems especially alarming. For those involved, this kind of behavior isn't entirely new. Lori had previously been reported missing before, only to return within 24 hours, causing similar concern. Because of that, the case initially appears routine, another possible runaway, another situation that may resolve itself quickly. But what officers don't yet realize is that they're already at the center of something far more sinister. With that, the search for Lori begins, starting with officers asking neighbors if they had seen or heard anything.
Police department! Hey sir, how's it going? My name's Officer Ed. Hey, one of your neighbor's daughters actually ran away. I see that you have a camera. Okay. Do you know if the camera reaches like pretty far out into the neighborhood, or is it like kind of stops right there?
I can see.
Is there a way that you can look at the camera footage because it's this gentleman here and see if like a 12-year-old girl left? It'd be anywhere from like 11 p.m. to like 10 a.m. I know it's a really.
Bring your agent into Monday.com. Your Claude, ChatGPT, and Copilot agents working side by side where you.
A long time, but that'd be awesome.
Man, listen. Put on a fucking shirt.
I feel like a little girl. Like,
you're making us buff guys look crazy. You a hater.
Just popular like in the last like day or so. Like this morning, walking around. No, I haven't been outside.
Is this what the world's strongest man looks like?
You said would have been around 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's a really long range.
Man, go sit there and pull a car. Like that's wild. That's wild that they sat here. Why'd you zoom in?
That's 8 o'clock yesterday. I mean, yeah. So, well,
that might be his body camera. He's looking at the camera.
As the hours turn into days, officers continue going from neighbor to neighbor, speaking with anyone who might have seen or heard something, but nothing comes up. No sightings, no leads, no signs of Lori. With each passing day, concern begins to grow. What once seemed routine is starting to feel different. Investigators begin widening their search, reaching out to people across the local area, hoping someone, somewhere, knows something. And eventually, they come across one person who will shift the direction of the entire investigation, forcing officers to start looking at this case from a completely different angle.
Loading.
67.
She came out, man.
Oh, sorry. Girl, but
Ever seen her laugh?
no, what happened? I'm working.
I can't
Oh,
sorry.
No, what happened? It's been so weird around here. Something happened to my car. It's so weird around here. I'm scared to God.
Is this a person that lives up here?
There's a girl from around here that's with me. Have you ever seen her around here?
No. Oh my God, it's a couple of this and y'all see, y'all know?
What do you know about her?
Oh, I just looked it up because I don't know who it is. I have kids. Yeah, I have kids. Oh my God.
That's all right. My man, don't tell me what. Don't tell me what I put two and two together. Don't tell me when I'm putting two and two together is what I'm putting two and two together.
That's all I know. Let's see.
Oh my God. Over. I'm working, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't get that word.
All right, we're just saying if you
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah, you can keep looking. Have a great one.
With officers now receiving information that there were registered sex offenders living in the local area, their attention begins to shift. If Lori had encountered anyone, these individuals would be among the first places to check. At this point, investigators aren't necessarily expecting to find anything significant, but with leads beginning to run thin, and nearly 2 days having passed since Lori was last seen, they can't afford to overlook any possibility. So, following up on that information, deputies begin locating the registered offenders nearby and expanding their search beyond the immediate residence. And with that, officers begin canvassing the surrounding properties.
Hey, are you Mr. Glasgow?
I am.
So I'm Detective Taylor of the Tallahassee Police Department. So we're actually working in a missing person case.
Okay.
I don't know if you can kind of help us out. So we're trying to canvass the area to try to find her. I have a few questions if you don't mind me asking.
Sure.
Okay. You have a minute?
I do.
Okay, cool. How long have you lived in this house?
I think August 2022.
August.
I'm on probation, just so you know. I'm not doing right now.
Okay. Thank you for telling us.
Yeah.
Would you rather us come inside?
It's up to you.
If you're okay with that, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We talked to a few other neighbors. My eyes are trying to adjust.
They're not going.
A missing person in the neighborhood.
People, it's only blurred out to protect this person.
Privacy.
Right.
I'll show you her flyer. So she was in this area, not specifically this neighborhood, but she's in this area. So we're knocking on several doors. We talked to multiple neighbors. You said nobody else lives at home with you. Do you have any step kid? Are you dating anybody? Or any children that will be coming here?
No, I do have children.
Nieces, nephews?
No, nobody comes to my house.
You have children?
I do have children.
How old are your kids?
7 and 12.
Okay. Girl, boy?
7-year-old boy, 12-year-old girl.
Do you work at Shutter and things like that?
There is. Do you want to go back?
Yeah, when he comes down. If you don't mind, like I said, I mean, you do not have to let us do this at all. I just want you to understand that.
No,
my man ain't trying to be involved. Nothing. He already fucked up.
Whoa. What's that?
I just built the budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, man, I just built an app.
Impossible. I can't.
Yeah, I know where this is going right now. I can sense it in there.
This would be.
He's gonna grab this flashlight. Yeah, thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, see if you can start it right.
You got to lock that door as soon as they go in.
Keep open.
10-4, 10-17. Let's get back up. I do is dog. He didn't even go in there and check.
I can close that out. Actually, there is a closet. Yeah. Yeah. And then the store just goes back in the house.
Sure. I mean, how much did you actually, like, is it savable or no?
As officers continue checking each location, nothing is uncovered. Those they speak to, including the individuals they were most concerned about, come back clean. For them, it's a relief. But for investigators, it means something else entirely. They're back to where they started, with no leads. Now, with 2 days having already passed since Lori was last seen, the urgency begins to grow. Officers regroup, knowing they need to reassess everything and figure out where Lori could have gone.
You are something else. You know it.
There are at least 2 prior cases. In one, she had been found at a set of abandoned apartments. In another, she had stayed with a family friend. Each incident begins to paint a picture, one that might explain her behavior, and possibly where she could be now. But before investigators can follow that path, they need to understand the people around Lori. At the time, Lori had been living with her father, Andrew Wiley, while also maintaining contact with her mother, who lived separately. The two were no longer together and were living in completely different places. She had previously been reported missing while under both parents' care, incidents that ultimately ended with her being found safe. Because of that, investigators still believe there's a strong possibility this is another runaway situation, that Lori may be with someone, somewhere, and will turn up again. But what they don't yet realize is that it would become one of the most elaborate and twisted homicide cover-ups they've ever handled. And with that, officers revisit a familiar lead the woman Lori had been found with before.
Hi. Sorry. I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Good. It's such a lovely day. So, I'm Detective Green. I'm over Lori's case. So I am just trying to double check a lot of locations. You have been missing for a couple weeks now. So my locations was your house because I know she stayed here before. So is she here? No, she's not. Has she been here at all? No. I mean, she's been here, but before. Right, now the past like 2.5 days.
And just like for the last couple of months, or last 3 months, just so we have that. I know, I believe that she knows that if she shows up here, I believe in accountability. I've already told the last 3 officers, if she shows up here, I'm gonna bring her to you guys. Right. And then you guys can give her back to her dad. Okay. I know that there is some type of process that needs to happen because of working days. And I was under the impression that she had been found. Because she came down here, when she brought medication.
Dad was probably in
what kind of medication? For anxiety, and I don't remember what the other one was for.
You know, like for like insulin or
I remember the medications or something like that. And Lori's really good at staying lives. Like I've never seen anything like it before. And I tell the story all the time to my family. When she was 2 years old, when kids are supposed to have an attention span of a gnat, she would try to gaslight because Lori has the ability to hold on to vengeance. I guess is the best way to put it. She has a tendency to hold on to that kind of stuff, but she also still has the mind of a child. When she went to daycare, she played all day long, had a good time, and then at the end of the day, when it was time for her to be picked up, she remembered, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to be alone by myself. And she's telling this lie on my dad, which caused him to be arrested. And
you don't stop all this and all this bullshit on the side of me, man. You know what's going on. Because you know what I'm thinking.
Because she can hold on to a thing for a while, and it was bringing her greater and greater attention. It kind of taught her that this is all I need to do to get it.
While officers still have no success in locating Lori, they do begin to gain a clearer understanding of her behavior. Speaking with the friend's mother, investigators learn a few important details. Lori had been on medication for anxiety, and according to those who knew her, she had a tendency to tell stories that weren't always accurate. She was also described as someone who often sought attention. Taken together, this begins to paint a picture for investigators. At this stage, it reinforces their belief that Lori may have left on her own, possibly to prove a point or to get a reaction. But as time continues to pass, that explanation starts to feel less and less likely. 2 months have now passed. What once seemed like a possible attempt to seek attention is no longer being treated that way. As the weeks go by, officers are still left with no leads, no sightings, no evidence, and no clear understanding of what happened to Lori. With the investigation beginning to stall, they decide to widen their approach. Investigators start speaking to anyone who knew Lori, hoping someone might hold a missing piece of the puzzle. This leads them to her school, where they begin questioning teachers and staff, searching for any detail that could point them in the right direction. But even then, many still believe Lori could be with someone, somewhere, and that she may still turn up. Sorry to interrupt the story, but if you're into true crime and want access to raw, uncensored footage, check out our Patreon, link in the description.
Okay, so I'm the lead investigator on the Lori Page case. So I was looking at her Reddit username and went ahead and searched Lori Page. I saw a post that you made on a subreddit.
Oh yeah, Harley Russell. I was like, everyone's talking about Harley Russell, but no one's looking for Lori Page. Who she is?
Right. I saw your post, and one of your sub-comments, you mentioned that you heard a rumor that she was being groomed by a 20-year-old man.
Yeah.
I had never heard this.
Really?
So, great to hear it. What is it? What's going on?
I can't remember. No, I think it might have been Miss Summers. Who, if you've been reading online, you've probably seen Margaret Summers.
I've talked to her multiple times. That's why
She didn't tell you that?
No. Did she say who the 20-year-old man was, or where she was being groomed?
Where did the information come from? Kind of what we're curious about.
It was a while ago, so I have to think. She, I thought she said, or that like, that she said Lori's mom or someone was concerned that she was being groomed by an older man. I think if a student told me, I would have known that. Mm-hmm. I really felt like Miss Summers told me.
When officers confront her, she appears unsure of what to say, unable to give any clear answers or point investigators in a specific direction. With little to go on, detectives decide to broaden their approach even further, choosing to speak with anyone who...
People, what are y'all thinking so far of this story?
What do y'all have in your mind?
Like,
what are your assumptions?
I'm thinking what I'm thinking. I want to see if anybody else in the chat is thinking what I'm thinking. I hope what I'm thinking ain't what I'm thinking. You understand?
It's crazy and crazy as the more story goes on.
Let's let it roll.
I have information on the rumor.
No, I made this special case.
Okay, this is so embarrassing. Okay, remember like one story about Harley Russell fake happened? So I posted on Reddit all the time. Okay, so this is what they did. So talk about this one. There's a really see girl. Yeah, my boy. And then in one of the comments, I told someone that I heard rumors that she was with like a 20-year-old man that was probably with her. So the police wonder where I heard it. I don't remember. I thought I heard it from you. It might have been one of the kids that saw from you. Y'all said
I do remember that there were some kids. And it was very yeah. I think some of the kids are saying even before she left that she was doing things she shouldn't be doing. But you could have Stephen Woods. He's a behavioral specialist.
Maybe he's the one who told me.
And he said, I remember him telling me he heard that Lori was running around in short spandex and a tank top and she knew what she was doing. What? So I was like, yeah, that's not even where I heard it.
No.
But I don't.
So I interact with this kid every day. No.
That would be weird.
No, absolutely.
But he said, no, but he was pretty insistent there was a side of Lori that we didn't know.
My first couple of days is that they kind of moved me out. This kid really, really wants to talk to adults. Like, she mostly wanted to talk to me. And she didn't really want.
America was founded on a biblical idea. Power belongs to the people. And from that freedom, America changed the world.
Talk to the kids out there. She kind of was friends with kids, but she really wanted to talk to them.
While it initially seems like the information from teachers is unreliable, more speculation than fact, none of it leads investigators any closer to Lori. The case appears to be going nowhere. But just a few days later, everything changes. A new witness comes forward, claiming they had seen Lori weeks earlier, describing her getting out of one car and into another. For the first time in days, investigators have something tangible to work with, and this new detail begins to shift the direction of the investigation entirely.
So Jason, basically all I got was a call for service. She says that you were checking in and that you basically saw the flyer for the missing juvenile, that you might have some information. And what can you tell me?
So I was at the skate park. And, yeah, I was down there, and I see two cars pull up. The first car was a white sedan, and it had like a brownish paint job, but it was due over time. It looks like faded paint. It was a white sedan, 2013 model. I like cars, so I know cars by heart. And then it parks there facing towards the skate park. I didn't really see anybody since the windows were tinted. And then another tinted vehicle comes by. It was a red Honda SUV 2016 model with the
miles and everything.
straight lights going up.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that normally drive around here, the gray ones, but it was a red one. And it pulls up. I see her get out of the white car from the back seat, go back, get her stuff, and then go.
Oh.
Into the SUV, and then the SUV just drove off.
As far as for stuff, you like a bag or something? Or a duffel bag? A duffel bag?
Yeah.
And where you said she went and got her stuff. Where did she get her stuff from?
The back of the white vehicle.
Like in the back seat or the trunk? The trunk. So she gets out of the back seat. Remember what side she was on? Driver's side, passenger side?
Passenger side.
So she gets out of the passenger side, and she goes around, and I guess the trunk had been activated so she could open it. And she opens it, grabs her duffel bag, and then she just goes over and gets into the red Honda.
Yeah.
And then where does she get in? The front seat or the back seat?
Passenger.
Front seat, passenger?
Yeah.
Okay, and gets in there with her stuff. And then the red thing, or the red SUV just drives away. Do you have any other contact, or email address or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sexy furry IRL. But
Sexy furry? I don't say sexy furry.
That's an email that he did not think. If he did, that's wild. You know how randomly it's wild shit.
Oh shit.
Well, we're gonna keep going. They know what I kept her in a day too, so I'm just trying to make sure I got it spelled correctly.
Yet with this new information, officers follow up on the lead, checking the local skate park and surrounding areas for any signs of vehicles or activity that match the witness statement. But unfortunately, nothing is found. The tip is ultimately proven to be false, and once again, investigators are left with no real progress. With the case still going nowhere, officers return to the one person closest to Lori, her father. They re-engage with him, hoping to gather more information, clarify details, and understand what their next steps should be. But this time, the conversation doesn't go the way they expect, because Andrew has them exactly where he wants them.
Have you talked to your brother in the last week or so? Yeah. So I went to his house the other day and gave him some flyers to put on the trucks and stuff. And told his guys to look out. So.
Okay, I found 9 so that's what special agents working on are going to go around hanging up anywhere and everywhere we can in Tallahassee. Gas stations, housing projects, anything, schools, everywhere we'll have that. the more places we have in case seen, the better chances we have.
Miranda told she weaned Lori off of those medications before she even brought her down. So what kind of meds? Something related to well, it's used for two things: blood pressure and anxiety. So,
Glucophene. I can't promise that I'm spelling that word right, but we have already done records to get this records.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, legal process.
And just trust me, we a team, we gotta work together. Obviously, she had the home alone sometimes, so I had to go work. But yeah, she's like, but the only time I ever saw her like down was when she talked to her mom.
Okay.
Like she'd still be quiet, but whenever she talked to her mom, like her mama called to school one time and I didn't know, and she came home. And then she was like, I feel like, I was like, oh, like, where that come from? And
that's wild.
I asked what happened, and she said she talked to her, and I was just trying to kind of calm her down.
That's the one when we're going to call the school and talk to her in her classroom. But
I don't know what happened. I know she said she called her.
If you're a first or second year med student taking anatomy and you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed because of how much information there is to learn in such a short period of time, then you need to check out Med School Weekly. We have hundreds of high-yield review videos that teach you all the basics of anatomy, as well as practice question banks that usually.
As the interview continues, detectives begin to change their approach. Up until this point, Andrew had been treated as a concerned father, someone helping in the search. But now, investigators start to consider a different possibility, one they hadn't seriously explored before. Instead of asking what happened to Lori, they begin asking Andrew if he had anything to do with her disappearance.
All right, I have to ask these questions. I've asked everybody these questions. Do you know where Lori is now?
No, I do not.
Okay.
No, I do not. And if I did, child,
that's out of the way, so I want to ask you some other stuff too, okay? Again, we look into everybody, we look into everything, all right? This job will make you cynical, and you have to go over every single thing for two reasons. One, we've got to make sure what's going to happen is we get asked.
I understand. This is what they have to ask you.
You never asked the question.
Yeah, you didn't. Why?
We didn't, and we'll never know. And the reason we're asking is there's something happening at home that would have caused you to think that you couldn't go to work for whatever reason. Okay. The day
bald-headed,
that day leading up to
pushback.
Lori's going missing. So you went to work that night, came home, she was missing. That whole day before, did you leave town or not?
I don't know.
Was there any reason you would go to Jacksonville?
Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because it looks like you went just before you went to work. So you went to Jacksonville during that day and then came back, then went to work. Do you know if you got home later than usual or earlier than usual?
It depends on the time. Because sometimes if I do overtime, I get off a little late instead of like at it'll be like around like 11, 12.
Like she would play on her mom's phone, and then Lori would play on your mom's phone so that they could play Roblox together.
No.
Whose phone should she have played on? Because she didn't have a phone based on that time frame.
She didn't play Roblox on the phone. And if she did play it on the phone, it wasn't her phone. It had to be I don't think it was her account. It had to be my girl's sister. But she never played Roblox on my phone.
we know she started certain like internet accounts. She started Twitter, she started Instagram and all this stuff. But at some point she was taking her phone away. And we didn't know if before she even got a phone, did she start a different account? And maybe we can get that information from your old phone. Because since you've had this new one, it was after Lori left, right? And that's why that we, the new one doesn't do as much good. The old one might.
Man.
Because
so just because you don't have her Instagram account
whatever he
active on your phone doesn't mean it's in history.
No time. See that midget? Yeah.
Well, so that's kind of the problem. We do know that she has other accounts, but I can't find them.
That's one thing.
So I just somehow she suffered all the
I don't care what you do.
Yeah, she couldn't get on my phone to play, but she had a computer. She literally had a computer. When she had a computer, she was straight. It wasn't like, oh, I just got that phone too when I got her phone. So that phone was lit too.
So you got them at the same time?
Yeah. And yeah. So it wasn't like she was using my phone. She had a phone, but I took it away and she still had a computer. Like, I never took the computer away.
Especially the school computer.
Yeah.
Right. What about
you, your team, and your agents are working together on Monday.com's AI work platform. Imagine that. Sure.
You bang on
you mentioned you had your own computer.
I mean, no,
it's you caught her doing some of the stuff on that.
That was
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where?
Yeah. Yeah. I just talked about it.
That's right there.
Yeah, I just talked about it. You just started talking to it.
Okay. Is that computer synced to your phone?
No.
Are there any shared accounts between that computer and your phone?
Yeah.
As the interview comes to an end, suspicion around Andrew begins to grow. There are too many questions, not enough answers that truly make sense. To him, it may have felt like he was walking away without consequence, and for now, he was. But for investigators, something had changed. For the first time, they begin to seriously consider that Andrew may know more than he's saying, or possibly have more involvement than anyone initially thought. Still, detectives can't focus on just one possibility. They continue working every angle, following leads, checking locations, while quietly keeping Andrew on their radar as a potential suspect.
Please don't be there.
It had been over a full year since Lori's disappearance. Investigators are still determined to find her, still holding on to the possibility that she could be somewhere, with someone. But the reality is difficult to ignore. In the most serious cases, over 70% of children who are within just a few hours of being taken. It's a statistic that weighs heavily on everyone involved. And yet, despite the odds, officers continue pushing forward, refusing to give up the search. That determination leads them to the next step, reaching out to Lori's best friend.
Hello. Hey, Ms. Addison, this is Detective Children from TPD. Do you remember speaking to me earlier? Yes. Hey, I was wondering if now's a good time to talk to Maya.
Hold on one second. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. She's here.
Hi, Maya. My name is Detective Childers. I'm with Tallahassee Police Department. So I'm assigned Lori's missing person case. I just took it over, and I just had some questions for you. So your sister had let one of our detectives know that you used to play Roblox online with Lori, and that she had the name Princess 044089. Are you sure that was her account?
I believe so. That's the last person I played with a few months ago.
Okay. Do you think at all there's any chance it could have been somebody else?
No,
That's the last person I played with, like, since she's been gone.
Okay.
That's the count that she was made.
Okay. Do you remember when that was the last time you guys played together?
The last time I was in Tallahassee, like, what was that was?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said the last time I was in Tallahassee, I'm not sure, but it was a couple months ago. And the last time I was over there, she used my phone and made an account. And I don't know what the password is, but that was the last time.
Okay. So do you remember by chance that would have been in the summertime?
Yeah, it was like during Thanksgiving time, because when she was also here at our house, we was also playing Roblox.
That was at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, like around Thanksgiving time.
This most recent Thanksgiving, like 2023?
No.
No. Oh, okay. So it would have been probably about a year and a half ago.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
So,
How often did Lori play with
thinking too much into that.
We tried to play.
Man, you gonna keep running that bullshit by me.
Like, around the house and, just laughing.
Gotcha. Did you guys ever play Roblox when you weren't together, like from each of your houses?
No, she didn't have a cell phone to do that. But when we used to I'll play Roblox on my mom's phone and she'll play it on mine.
As investigators continue exploring every possible angle, they begin looking into Lori's online activity. With growing concerns around online platforms and cases involving children being contacted through games, officers consider whether something similar could have happened here. They examine accounts, messages, and any potential connections, including platforms like Roblox, to see if Lori may have been in contact with someone. But after following that lead, nothing concrete is found. There is no evidence linking her disappearance to any online interaction, and once again, investigators are left without answers. As the months pass, the case begins to go cold. Investigators are left with no solid leads, no clear direction, and no answers. But eventually, they are forced to return to someone they had always considered, but hadn't fully focused on. The one person who had last contact with Lori, her father. So officers go back to Andrew Wiley.
Better sleep is simple. Just check it. Flashlights like the big exposure to natural diet and caffeine at 4 p.m. to optimize your regimen.
Taking a closer look at his actions, his timeline, and everything he had told them from the very beginning. And what they begin to uncover only deepens their suspicion.
Hey, and the consumer speaking. Just you guys. Okay, we're almost done. We really appreciate your help. I'm sorry to keep inconveniencing you.
Honestly, I'm just practically fine since it's been so long.
Girl.
Was there anything in the apartment that was left in?
Yes. Absolutely nothing. I just keep getting the smell. Is it Wiley?
Yeah, Wiley, yeah. Yeah, we've been looking for the person for a year now.
So the father done moved out the apartment.
Like I said, should be more than a few more minutes and we'll be done now.
When officers return to Andrew's previous residence, they discover he is no longer living there. With permission from the new tenant, investigators decide to take a closer look inside the property, searching for anything that may have been missed. And that's when they find something unexpected: possible bloodstains. The discovery immediately raises concern, and the samples are collected and sent off for testing to determine whether they could be linked to Lori. With this new focus, officers begin actively searching for Andrew, trying to locate his new residence. This time, they're prepared. Investigators track him down and, now treating him as the primary suspect, obtain a search warrant for the home he's currently staying in. For the first time, the investigation is no longer just about finding Lori. It's about building a case against the person who may have been right in front of them all along.
Oh, you say you gotta use the bathroom. It's getting very interesting, and I gotta tell y'all, and it says 150 days before that. Now, when we first started, it started off with like 365 days. You know what they found? Now, this is my first time watching it. A lot of times I find videos that have interesting titles sometimes. And, sometimes I watch them, let's see if it's really worth the time of playing, streaming. Sometimes I leave it randomly, still wrapped. Just so, build up the anticipation and, watching the first time with y'all, just like I find it. These are one of them times. I didn't watch the video at all. The title was just hella interesting and very, very, suspense driven. We're gonna see. Because Barbara, to me, y'all, seems like it seems like he feel like he could get away with something and he thinks he got over on system, and he acting very unconcerned because nowhere had something go wrong with my daughter in some way, and I can't find her. And my daughter is 21 years old. I would not be able to sleep. I'm going everywhere. I'm turning under every rock, whatever lead I think I could. Go for the fire mines. I'm finding mine. Excuse me. You say finding mine, find mine.
Weeks go by before investigators are finally able to determine where Andrew is staying. After working with multiple agencies and following up on different leads, detectives are able to track him down. When they arrive at the residence, he isn't inside. But this time, they're ready. With a search warrant already secured, officers don't wait. They move in, organized and prepared to search the entire property. Andrew has no idea what's unfolding, and when he returns home, he's met with an unexpected surprise.
Surprising!
No. We have a copy of the first one for you. Don't forget to you. Promise you that.
Into a security guard now?
No, apparently.
Into a security guard, y'all. Oh, shit.
This is your copy.
Looks like it.
You keep that.
This is reference to love. Security guard now.
It's base 44. A simple sentence becomes your website. Page after page.
As officers carry out the search, Andrew waits outside, appearing calm, almost as if this is all a waste of time. After more than a year with no evidence directly tying him to the case, he seems confident nothing will come back to him. But that confidence won't last. For now, he stands there, trying to make sense of what's happening, unaware of what investigators are about to uncover.
Law enforcement answers. You did what? Listen. Yo, why you here? Man, listen, this man did this, this, did that. They're not even disturbed behind the door
at all. This is like a concerned parent, y'all. Your kid been missing for over a year. And he acting like it don't bother him.
I mean, sometimes, you can't let everything affect you.
Eventually, Andrew steps away as the search comes to an end. Detectives leave the property with several items, including cell phones, computers, tablets, and clothing, anything that could hold potential evidence. With this, investigators finally have what they need to begin a deeper forensic analysis, and Andrew is now firmly at the center of it all. It would take months of testing, analyzing digital data, reviewing search history, and tracking location records before investigators could begin to piece everything together. However, as Andrew remains their main suspect, detectives know they can't ignore any possibility. So, they continue expanding the investigation, including reaching out to Lori's mother, hoping she might provide insight into Andrew. But that conversation proves to be far from straightforward.
I guess you were having an appointment with Nashville PD and weren't able to make it for some reason, and you wanted to go and do that now. So, I've been asking PPD for since the beginning for the process. I'm not sure why y'all feel necessarily my cooperation. We're following all these. I want all the case process on for those from the last case. I'm sure. So then just to give you kind of an idea of what's going on since we got there, we're pulling out all the stuff.
It's too late. You're pulling out all the stuff too late.
We're just doing everything we can to try to get a feel for where she was and what might have happened, where she might be.
I mean, y'all know the scenario, and she's likely no longer with, honestly speaking, y'all do this on that, if you know how to go.
That's possible.
It's likely.
It is likely.
Damn, she was so she
Y'all were treating me in the month.
They was in it together.
But that's what it look like, right?
I did something she was not in my care when I was
not how it's gonna turn out.
And the gross, the disgusting negligence of the department.
She blamed the department.
Cost me like my child. I know y'all banging on my door 8-9 months later, asking me for my DNA.
We'll take all of that. Okay. They put.
There you go. Yeah.
It's too late.
I hope it's not. But it could be.
Because if I'm moving a child, y'all know how to do this. This is not. If I'm moving a child, I'm gonna move the child in 18 months. I'm not gonna wait for y'all to run down the house.
We don't.
But
supposed to be a concerned mother. That's how concerned mother acts.
But
I heard what she said, y'all.
What is she saying?
Nothing.
Bruh,
she don't want to give her DNA.
See, this is the difference. This is why I'm not a cop, people. Oh, you don't want to get it? Fuck out of here. What you mean?
Look my face.
Right. Bruh, we talking about a kid here. I don't give a fuck about your name, none of that goofy shit.
And your kid, miss. Let her roll.
This is definitely why I'm not voting.
She can't sustain herself with moms or whatever. Like thinking like in their pattern, if I know that I have a child that we're really looking for, I'm not just gonna hold them. I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna hide them. I'm gonna.
Right. She's saying what? Is she gonna do? Sir.
Posting the blame on
People, please move over to TikTok and watch this last hour at this point. Watch this crazy story we just brought to y'all. Please do.
I'm on the right side. I don't have grades.
This is crazy.
I'm not. I don't have to cooperate with that. I don't trust y'all.
Okay. So one of the things is,
that's when you take that photo right there. You see,
I know how
already right.
Mitochondrial DNA, baby. I trust me. I got it. I got matches for them.
Wait a minute.
I want to take some. Y'all want what y'all want, but I can't get what I want. Because what's going to happen is that when these case files get lined up, it's going to look real stupid. And y'all, there's going to be a lot of holes to poke on why this didn't happen, why it should have happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So if you want what
you're detective now?
And this is how you get things done.
See, this is why I'm not a cop.
While speaking with Lori's mother.
Well, I don't know at all. Go right.
You don't get fucking premium.
For the free. It's going to me.
Detectives are met with frustration. She expresses concerns about how the investigation has been handled, feeling that more could have been done in the early stages of the case. Despite this, investigators remain focused. They still need to understand Andrew.
I had to ask your opinion if their father had done anything to it.
Let's see what premium calls.
I can't speak on that as a fact because I don't know. I don't think that he would have.
That's what I'm asking.
She's been down there like for summers and Christmas, so I don't think that he would hurt her. I really hope he would.
And nothing happened while she was down there. No allegations of even any kind of abuse at all or nothing like that. Not that I am aware of, but he didn't talk to me. Yeah, okay. But I mean, I'm not gonna say like he didn't, but I don't. Yeah, I hope he wouldn't have.
And I believe that we have no evidence in, for instance, I went over as a partner with a concrete home.
And he's been helpful. He's actually provided a swab for his DNA as well.
He should. He was negligent.
Yeah. Right.
This is his fault.
What do you mean he was negligent?
That refers to
Bitch, he had the word.
which is
Why you ain't swabbing your DNA though?
That's plus.
not trying to pull anything.
You're mitochondrial. Yeah, I might come this break.
We weren't sure how you feel about that, so we did get an order of warrant signed by a judge to allow us to take the phone, extract
Hello.
the we we'll bring it back to you tomorrow.
That's the goofy shit.
This
When you don't follow a judge, right? Excuse me, ma'am. Let me get that. Yeah, let's swab this right here. So now what?
Any video footage that you can upload to us, Jared can show you how to do that real quick. It's not that hard.
That's great.
Just anything that you can think of that can help.
Sooner or later, detectives realize they aren't getting what they need. Nothing uncovered from this conversation helps build a case against Andrew, and nothing of significance is found on her phone either. Once again, investigators are left without the answers they were hoping for. But then the results from the evidence they collected begin to come back. And this time, it's exactly what they've been waiting for.
Come on, dog.
Just 3 days before Lori is found, detectives make a major breakthrough. They begin to notice inconsistencies in Andrew's timeline, details that don't quite add up. So, they take a closer look at his cell phone records. What they find changes everything. His phone places him in a remote area in Georgia at the exact time Lori disappeared, directly contradicting the story he had given investigators. And it doesn't stop there. Search history recovered from his device reveals queries related to remote locations, including areas in Georgia and Alabama, suggesting knowledge or even planning. For investigators, the pieces are finally starting to come together. But the biggest breakthrough is still yet to come. On the day Lori's body was found, she would be discovered in Thomas County, specifically in a remote wooded area near the Florida border. The area had recently undergone a controlled burn, a planned fire used to clear thick vegetation. Because of this, dense brush and debris were cleared away, and the grounds became visible. After the burn, human remains were exposed and noticed in the area, and authorities were called to the scene. The remains were then collected and forensically tested, and they were later confirmed to be Lori Page. Now with this, investigators already had key evidence. Phone data from Andrew Wiley had shown that his phone had traveled to that exact area around the time Lori disappeared. So when the body was found there, it directly matched the evidence they already had.
They are training him.
The very next day, detectives locate Andrew, who at this point has no idea that Lori's body has just been found.
You want to come over? You want to come over my car?
That boy receiving all types of
Where did you move to
punishment.
September. And
They just want to have one.
I don't know if
They cooking it.
I thought it all things about the
Boy, listen, they're having a good time. Choking, struggle like you struggle. Oh. You ain't gotta worry about him packing you anymore, champ.
Want better quality water? Families Water Services, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and West Virginia, providing water filtration systems.
Looking at that man right now.
With Andrew now in custody, they transport him to the station to start questioning him on what exactly had happened and try to get the truth out of him. Now at the station, detectives confront Andrew. However, he doesn't give them any real answers.
I'd love to have a discussion with you about why I'm here. You wanna do that? No. Okay. Give me one second. Give me one second. Give me any idea why you're here. Andrew, we can play games if you want to, but I'm tired of playing. Alright.
Boy, his legs sitting here right now. I'm,
Anything you want to ask?
He brought me here.
I know I brought you here. You don't want to know why?
You got the phone? I mean,
you're not concerned with me.
There's no.
You're no action on it, so you just got brought to the police department in handcuffs.
He's a correctional. Excuse me, that's security. Correctional.
Sir, listen. I stand with what I just said to you.
He got to do it.
There's
no one question. This silent treatment.
He's just being mad, nonchalant.
How do you want to play this, man?
If I were in your position, I'd have a ton of questions as to why I was here now.
And I'm not going to pretend you're a smart man. I know you're a smart man, so you understand the difference between murder, manslaughter, and everything in between, right? Negligent manslaughter, any of those things. You understand that? You've seen people come in and out of that prison day in, day out, different types of charges. How do the ones look that are charged with murder versus the ones that are charged with lesser offenses? Do they look different? Do they act different? Which one do you want to be? You know why they're doing it. Like I said, I'm not playing games with you.
It's over, man.
Do what you have to do to make this right now. You won't have another opportunity. You'll be looking at a bunch of people in a jury booth that won't give a flying hell about what you say.
Man, he was
when it comes to they're going to look at everything else, and then they're going to convict you.
Boss, forgetting. Boy, listen, right. You already know what you about to get done.
I need them to get it right.
You former CEO.
Right. So we need to know
what did something to a kid.
Okay,
Lord, my man. I ain't saying that he in there right now.
Was it?
Yeah, he ain't in him.
Was it an accident?
But I know for a fact.
Keep it up, man. This is your life, not mine. I don't give a shit. When this is over, when this is over, that's it. That's the only opportunity you're going to get. I'm going to go about my business. I'm going to work the next case. Okay?
That's the worst thing you can do.
All right.
Acting like that is what's pissing me off.
Lori dead. You're charged with her murder. What my daughter did. She's dead.
That nigga said someone. What?
Coldest reaction.
Where? You tell us. Because you wouldn't be here charged with murder for your daughter's death if we didn't have evidence to support that you did it. We wouldn't be doing it off speculation. We wouldn't be doing it off somebody thinks you did it. You got evidence to support.
The sad part is you are black father. This is the worst part about this whole thing. You are a black father.
No, who did this? So I would come. Because what we want to know is
how they should take out their service. Yo.
That's what we're giving you the opportunity to tell us. Did you just get mad at me one day and decide this is the day?
I've been on my way.
Something happened and you got scared.
They're like, yo,
did you sign it?
Check my paperwork.
Do you realize that?
I mean, those are all questions I would want
I don't think
to be answered if I were a jury.
we wouldn't be doing our job if we weren't sitting here asking you these questions.
These are
trying
other
to give you the opportunity
These are like
to tell us what actually happened that day.
top CO, right? Like
Who? CO? These are police. These are detectives. This man says CO. These ain't no goddamn COs talking to him.
those are detectives.
That's police. Ain't no damn CO about to sit here and arrest him. For what? You are a correctional officer, sir. You see who arrested them?
Straight shot.
That's a homicide.
I was a manager of those answers, so they speculate as to what it was.
You better say what you know.
Them coming up with their own ideas.
Be on that bunk in the man. Hit a decision.
Premeditated murder does not look well for you in court.
No, fucking court. Because you also got to remember.
Every parent up there has been frustrated with their kids. Every parent up there has thought about, oh my God, I wish this was just stop. They're screaming, they're yelling, I can't control them. People understand that.
That paperwork from them.
People understand what it brings them to.
That shit gonna be back to the jail.
Getting mad, punching walls, whatever, you know, that's
COs.
Some people do lose their temper and they understand that.
And they gonna tell like, yo, man,
but you know what they don't understand and what they don't like? Is someone sitting in your position with a smile on his face, not giving a damn one way or another. That's what they're gonna see. Change your mind. Don't let them see that. Let them see who you are.
I need to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
My man said he need a lawyer.
Good luck.
He said I need a lawyer back.
Hey, I'm gonna know what the hell hit. He said, what?
With Andrew asking for a lawyer, it stops detectives from being able to question him any further. However, they already had enough evidence to build a strong case against him, so that very same day, he would be taken to jail. Once in custody, he would spend around 2 months in jail before dying in custody from a pulmonary embolism, which was later confirmed to be a blood clot in his lung. As for Lori, her cause of death was never officially determined. Once again, we have a Patreon with uncensored and raw footage. Link in the description.
That's sad, people. Well, listen, that's super messed up, and he got paid back. The Lord paid him back because the Lord didn't. I promise you, that man wouldn't have made it past 15 days, and that's a humble 15 days. But listen, RP to her. We appreciate y'all for joining At This Point podcast with your boy Joppy.
Cowboy Chuck, y'all.
Y'all already know. Until next weekend, people. Pay attention. Stay focused. Yes, sir.